clouds ablaze, moments that steal the mundane's haze. No fear, no hold in this maze. Reach the peak of these wild days. It lives, Friday night lives. You die, but Friday night lives. Hosted by Deadbeat Radio, Stuntman, Marq, and Rambo Rap.
Hell yeah, boy. Isn't that song killer for some reason? It's got the best chorus ever, I think. I had nothing at all to do with that song, but it's killer. So welcome again. Friday night is all right for frighten. We're here yet again. Rambo, Marq, it's good to have you guys on. I have no agenda for tonight. I have really nothing to talk about per se. The chat can dictate what we talk about, or if there's some shit that y'all want to bring up. The only real thing that's been going on lately is the couple of releases that were announced today, and other than that, there's not a whole hell of a lot. And then The Crow came out, so
which everybody says is horrible. Big surprise.
Well, I mean, to be fair, everybody said Alien was killer before I went and saw it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I never liked The Crow. The Crow is not a movie that I gave a fuck about. Like, I know it has a big cult following and things like that. I've seen it maybe once or twice. I just don't care. Like, it's there's some of those movies through time where you just like it seems like everybody like champions them, but there's some that just get away from you where you just don't give a shit about them. That's one of the ones for me is The Crow. Like, I never really cared that much.
I mean, I do a little bit more than you, I guess. Like, I did grow up with that one. That was a VHS staple for me. I wore that VHS out. And the soundtrack is amazing. But I mean, most 90s movie soundtracks are pretty good anyway. But yeah, I kind of get it. It's one of the best adaptations. I think it's probably one of the best ones we will ever get, considering how the new one looks and all the sequels that came after. Even though the sequels technically weren't adaptations of anything. But yeah, what about you, Rambo? You're a Crow guy?
I do really like the film, but it's hard to watch because I think it's a very well-made film. I think there's really good look to it. I think Brandon Lee does a wonderful job. I think it has a killer soundtrack. It just pissed me off with the incompetence on the making of it because that's what killed Brandon Lee. And I really liked his stuff. I really like Rapid Fire. I love Showdown Little Tokyo. I wanted to see he was really going to steep out of his dad's shadow. And I mean, obviously the movie, if it wasn't him, it was going to be someone else who's starring it. It was whoever didn't pay attention enough. I've just said, yeah, I'm being selfish. I wanted to see more Brandon Lee. I wanted to see what his career really would have. I really think he would have had a rich, successful career. I'm sad that we never got to see that because I was really liking the stuff.
It felt like that he was on the cusp of just blowing up. Like right when he died, it felt like that was like when, and he like probably would have. Yeah, I mean, he probably, by all accounts,
yeah,
he probably would have gone on to be huge. But
yeah, he was just getting started.
Yeah. Let's do the chat real quick just to see who all's in here. Before we really get started, we have Dirk's in here, Witch Hunter, the Mayor, Wet Movie. How you doing, guys? Matter of Pat. That's a good question. A Matter of Pat. We'll come back to that one at some point. Magic Hands, Thick Jim Brogu, DVB, Foz is in here, Jeremy Power, and Anthony's in here. How you doing, Tony? Carta's in here. You could see him. And Motionless Zombies already got a super chat, which says, I watched The Crow 24 and it makes Wicked Prayer look decent. Looking forward to that roundtable rant like y'all did for Romulus. Yeah, I mean, have either one of y'all seen the movie yet? Did either one of you like?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Then yeah, I mean it just came out, so I imagine.
I don't think you're gonna get Uncle Bill to go to the theater again after what
No,
happened with
well,
Romulus.
here's the thing. Like, I'll go because I know we're going for Beetlejuice. Just because, like, I'm already telling you right now that that's going to be a nightmare, and I just want to be there. Like, it's like a car crash. Like, you just can't turn away from it. But the other one is Terrifier 3. We got to go for Terrifier 3.
Yeah.
If it comes around here, I'm assuming it will. It'll probably be bigger release than any of them, up to this point.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we will go back, but I don't think I'll go back unless it's something to do with the show or something. I just don't. I mean, that was a mess. I'll say that. Vanderhoff's in here. He's always cool. Let's see. Alter Ego, bro. That's new. Thoughts on Michael Bay working on documentary? What?
Yeah, I posted a link on the Discord. It's he interviews like a serial killer.
Oh, the shit explode behind him and stuff. There's like a green screen and like there's ninjas and fight sequences.
No,
God damn, Gligblob just coming in hot, ain't he? Hold on 1 second.
Oh, I see. Oh my
yeah,
god.
Let's go ahead and get him out of there.
What?
Gligblob is the troll that keeps showing up in all the comments. And yeah. That's the first. I can tell you I've been back. How long have we been doing this, Mark? Like back as a stream? 3-4 years now?
Mm-hmm, just about,
That's the first time I've seen that. And that is amazing that nobody's done that up to this point. It's just been that blatantly trollful.
Yeah, apparently CHH gets it quite a bit, so.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Oh, here we go again.
This is going to be one of them things where I cannot get rid of this motherfucker. Yep.
But the Michael Bay one, yeah, it's about a guy named Haddon Clark, serial killer. So I don't know anything about it, but I guess in like the same cell, like there's a guy who liked Jesus who beat the hell out of him in the same cell. Because I just wanted to get the devil out of him. I think that's his line.
Well, I mean, sometimes you just got to beat the piss out of the devil. That'd be a killer tagline for one of those new exorcism movies.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to beat the piss out of the devil.
How unfortunate is that we still have Flanagan on board with that franchise? Such a waste of his time. He could be doing something way better than that.
There's no like saving that. That's not a franchise. I think we've said this a million times, but that's not a viable, bankable franchise. The Exorcist is it's not. There's no Jason or Freddy or Michael Myers in The Exorcist, right? Like you're dealing with more of a metaphysical kind of presence. You can't fucking make a franchise out of something like that. Although they did, and they all suck except for 1 and 3.
Mm-hmm.
And 3, I feel like it's more of an accident that it's actually good. But
yeah.
Michael Bay interviewing John Landis.
No, he was making a joke.
Serial killer. That's brutal. Yeah, that fucker.
That'll be the next one.
How much has Alien Romulus grown on you since seeing it? A lot. I really enjoyed it now that I think about it. And you know what's funny though? Honestly, I like one of my favorite review sites or whatever you want to call it is Critical Drinker. And today he released his review and it was almost identical to the shit that we were saying. Was like what he was saying. He gave it more praise than we did. Like from the beginning, like half of the movie, he said the last half completely fell apart. But I mean, I think we mostly said that too. But I don't feel like it's like,
it fell apart in the first half too.
Yeah. I just, it made me feel good to know that people are like not all just not seeing this, that there's actually these critics that are pretty well known that are seeing the same kind of thing we did.
Yeah. I mean, the night after the stream, I was thinking about it and I'm like, man, did we go in too hard on that one? Like, were we a little too rough maybe? And, I think I was an Instagram post about it because they do that for promotional reasons all the time, where they give like a movie its own Instagram page and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the majority of the comments were pretty much spot on to what we were saying. Like, this movie sucks. It's not worth it. It was a waste of time.
I mean, yeah. I feel really, really bad for going to see that movie at this point, but at least I did get to have a really memorable theatrical experience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Maybe it'll grow on you like warts.
Yeah. Carrot Top's in here. He says his first film featured chairman of the board is a truly underrated gem. True.
On a side note about that movie, the one thing I always remember is the great Norm Macdonald. I don't know if anyone ever saw when he was on The Late Show.
Mm-hmm.
Is that board spelled B-O-R-E-D?
He like there's that thing where it's like he saves the whole interview because what's her name? Courtney. God, man, she was in summer school and Melrose Place, and she sucked. She was just kind of a vanilla white woman. Like, anyway, she's on there doing the interview, and that's who she was talking about. Like, she was in the movie with Carrot Top, and she started talking about him. And he goes, "You know what would be a good name?" And she's like, "What's the name?" Or Conan was like, "What's the name of it?" And he goes, "You know what would be a good name for it? It's got Carrot Top in it, right?" And she goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "Box Office Poison."
Norm Macdonald.
That's like one of the best interview segments ever. Another great one, if you want to find it, it's completely un-PC, but it's like amazing, is Don Rickles on Letterman with Denzel Washington. Like, this would have been the 90s, I'm betting, like early to mid 90s. It's just insane, like how quick that guy is. Carter's actually got a legitimate question. With so many bad movies, who are the best filmmakers right now?
Well, Flanagan's one of them.
Unfortunately, but he, like you said, he's tied up in a bunch of bullshit. Really, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
James Wan.
Yeah.
M. Night Shyamalan.
Oh, no, definitely not.
No.
I mean, Tarantino's always good, but I mean, he's got one more movie left in him, he says. So,
yeah. I mean, there's always guys that when they come out with stuff, like, it's almost like you have to see it. But there's not many guys left. Tarantino's one of them. Lynch, or did I say Lynch? Not David. Fincher is another one. Chris Nolan probably. So I mean, there's a couple of guys, but that list is dwindling really, really fast.
Yeah, everybody's getting really like up there in age, or they're passing away, or it's the better question, I think, would be the younger filmmakers on the horizon, and not just horror guys. I mean, just filmmakers in general.
That's tough because they don't let anybody do films other than on a mainstream level, other than like superhero movies and sequels and video games and shit like that. So it's like, how do you never really find? Because those guys don't get famous. The directors of those movies don't get famous because the movies themselves are the star. Like, who directed Deadpool versus Wolverine? I have no idea.
That was Sean Levy.
So, I mean, he's not going to get any credit for that movie. Ryan Reynolds and them fuckers are going to get credit for it.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, Oz Perkins, I think he really, to me, with the last two things that he's done, show that he could seriously be a director.
Yeah, and I saw he's already got his next film. I guess it's in production now, or probably in post at this point. Saw like a little teaser for it, so that's cool. I mean, it's nice to have somebody else to, do original stuff and look forward to that.
The Cronenbergs, both of them.
Oh, yeah.
Brandon more so now. I mean,
He's sort of
I think-
taking the reins of the family name. So
yep.
Yeah.
Let's see. Lucas wants me to say this line, which I am a whore, so I will do it. For £5. That's cool. Wonder what that translates to. Roughly, probably about $6. Not for me. I'm not sure. Okay. He's not a slave, and you're not traitors. Look at the way he stands. Probably ex-military. Wait, need more firmly. He's not a slave, and you're not traitors. Look at the way he stands. He's probably ex-military. There you go.
That's for the sequel for Django Unchained. He's playing Leonardo DiCaprio.
Jesus.
Nah. We could say it, be remarkable black. We allow.
yeah, we could.
Is that how it works? All right.
I've been told.
That's why we yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about this, but Ty West is legit current director. Rambo thinks so for sure.
oh yeah. It's cool. I always think of that. Hey, we all have our preferences.
Oh, speaking of which, I was fucking around last night and ended up watching In a Violent Nature. And this is the
Okay.
first time I'd seen that movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure how I feel about it still yet, but I will say that, like, in terms of disturbing, like, sequences, really gave Terrifier a run for its money, especially the scene with the wood chopper thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was like, God damn, they really like went all out to make that as just
Yeah.
insane as possible. Yeah.
What about the?
The yoga lady.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I was impressed with the effects, but it's like Lord of the Rings. It's just a guy
A lot of
walking,
walking.
a lot of
Mhm.
walking, a lot of fucking like, and it just, there's jump cuts from like one part to the other. It's like he, transports through time or something.
Mhm.
It's a very odd
Yeah.
movie. But I mean, if you like gore, and in some scenes it kind of reminded me of Hatchet. I'm just kind of like, I mean, one thing I did learn from that movie though, that I would have never thought in a million years, but God bless her because we've had her on the show, is Lauren Marie Taylor can still act because she's in the last like 10 minutes of it. And she does a great job basically giving a monologue because the other girl's not speaking or anything.
Mhm.
And acting, her ass off for the last 10 minutes of that movie, I thought, which I didn't expect.
So I was curious, what did you think of that last 10 minutes? Did you think if it needed to end that way? Did you think it stopped the film, or did you like it because of her acting?
I just was amazed by the fact that she could act like that. Because a lot of times you'll see people like that try to come back and be in genre films, and it's almost like they forgot how to fucking act. Like,
Mhm.
Ellie Cornell's a perfect example of that to me. There's been so many of them that have done that like Danielle Harris is another one. I don't think she's worth a damn anymore. I thought she was an amazing child actor, and she comes back now and tries to act, and you're just like, no. I don't know what changed or
Is it?
whatever.
You think it's more so her, or is it a combination of the stuff that she's choosing to act in? Like the material
Well, that's
usually
true.
isn't
It's
too great. So,
yeah, you're not dealing with like the Shawshank Redemption or anything. She's not getting
yeah.
scripts from the greats right now. Probably getting scripts from people she meets at conventions. So
Right.
I mean, I did like the violent nature. I do think I could use maybe one more pass with editing, but I did like it for what it was.
yeah, I mean, it's like I said, the parts of it that worked, I thought worked really, really well. It's just a very odd, like how much just filler there is in it. Just,
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
it's to set up mood, like kind of like. I
Mhm.
guess that's the point, but you're just kind of like, there's a lot of walking and shit in this fucking movie, and scenes go on forever. It just, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if you like looking at a lot of trees and stuff, like
Yeah,
it's really good for that. But not to say that that's bad or anything, because the cinematography I think is solid. I do like the fact that it's all exterior sequences.
it
There's
is.
almost
Yeah,
maybe like
Maybe
one
one
or
scene.
two
Yeah.
where they're indoors, but the rest of it is all like forest and stuff like that. So
I mean,
Neo, I would say
wow.
Neopunk. Yes, I did like it because I saw Sasquatch. What the hell? Sunset. That was a lot of walking and cinematography as well, but it was also a lot of other stuff. So
Sasquatch Sunset or what? Sunset
yeah,
Sasquatch, Sunset Superman.
I have to watch. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
it's like Ari Aster's movie. Sounds like something he would make.
Oh, like Bo was afraid.
Yeah.
Now, this question too brought up something that I was curious about too, for you guys especially, since I think you guys are way more fans of the Alien franchise than maybe I am too, especially the later movies. What is the worst Alien film in your opinion? Is it this one or is it another one?
For me, Alien 3 for the story and what it did to aliens. It's better made than something like Romulus, but I just hate the story so much that
Is
when
that
that
even
film is
counting
what.
AVP?
Yes, I hate the story so much. I don't like what it did to Hicks or Newt or Ripley or Bishop because I love that film so much, Aliens, that it just it pretty much said, "Hey, you're a fan of it? Go piss up a rope." That's what it felt like in Spirit. So in Spirit, that's why I hate that film so much. It's not the worst made film. It's just I hate its story so much. I hate what it did to the characters so much. And one of the reasons I love that film is the characters. So, but yeah, that's. I mean, really, that's what you're doing? But
Mm-hmm.
It is like weird because it took it in a whole other direction. Like it was like a feel good kind of movie. Especially Aliens was kind of like, completely action hero, satisfying ending, takes on everything, wins, saves the kid. And then that movie is just dark as all hell. Like everything dies, everybody dies. Like they're dead at the beginning, everybody's dead at the end. It's just,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, brutal.
Yeah, it'd be between Alien 3 or Romulus for me. I still haven't decided which one I dislike more.
Yeah.
yeah, I hate to say it, I'd rather watch Prometheus and Resurrection over Romulus because Prometheus is bad, but it tried to do something different. I just don't think it was done that well. And Resurrection is more goofy and stupid, but it was more fun than Romulus. Romulus was just a bad cover band that you never want to listen to again.
Yeah.
Let's see. I have to skip all the way down to the bottom just so I can keep up with what's going on.
No, CK, I never saw the '90s hit Rock with Charleston.
You never saw that?
No,
That's
I've heard of
actually
it.
it's actually a
Did
fairly
you
decent
see it?
show. Yeah, like that used to be on around the time In Living Color was on Fox.
Really?
I used to watch like both of them like right around the same time.
What was it about? Do you remember?
He
I'll have to
was
look at.
I want to say he was like a garbage man, or it was kind of like a Roseanne style show with Charles S. Dutton as the lead, like a
Mm-hmm.
middle class sitcom from that time period in the 90s.
Yeah, his wife was like a nurse, and like it was like you said, like a Roseanne or Cosby Show type of show. Something
Oh,
like
you
that.
saw it too.
I vaguely remember it. It was like 91, 92, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Damn,
I
I'm
was
feeling
so
hard.
young though, like it's very like faded from my memory, but I do remember it slightly. I didn't
And,
really watch it that much.
and people saw in the chat. Guess I'm the only motherfucker that never saw Rock. I didn't know it was such a big thing. I have to check it out.
Yeah. Matt, it's Fantastic Matt. It's not trolls. That's plural. It's one dude like making multiple accounts that is trying to
Mhm.
be a troll because he has no original ideas. Let's see. I have to go back up now.
While you're doing that, the Charles Dunn thing I remember also is one of the Guillermo del Toro films I liked, which is Mimic. which I know he had a problem with the studio. I guess the Weinstein screwed it up, but yet that's still one of my favorite films he did. I do like Mimic.
Saw that one in the theater. I never really had an issue with it. They did come out with that director's cut some years back, and I know that was at least a little bit closer to what he wanted it to be. Yeah, I like Mimic. It's fine. I mean, the effects are the CGI is dated for sure, but overall, it's still a decent story.
Yeah.
This is true though. The best Sasquatch movie is either going to be Harry and the Hendersons or Night of the Demon.
Harry and the Hendersons, yeah, I love
Depending
it.
on which one you like, yeah.
I do like another one called Abominable. I thought that was pretty good with Matt McCoy. Kind of like Rear Window with Bigfoot.
That was a good one. You're right.
That the mid 2000s one you're talking about?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Tiffany Shepard's in that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she is.
Yeah,
Yep.
I remember that. That one wasn't bad.
Yeah, this is another thing to bring up too. Dirk and Darren's new show Eurocrypt is on tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern time. I'm going to be on one of those shows soon. Not that one, but on another one coming up.
Nice.
Cool.
Those guys are awesome though.
Yeah, let's talk some Italian horror, Dirk. I know you're in here, man. Shout out to Dirk. He knows his Italian horror.
Did you hear that the director of Everyone said to fight Disney to keep the ending with the pregnant girl's baby turning? I would imagine. I would imagine that. Yeah, I could see that. You know, what I'm surprised at is that he didn't have to fight Disney about how many vulvas are in that film. Golly, that's like a friggin' listen. Go back, get a notebook, and just see how many times something looks like that part of the anatomy in that film. It's at least 5 times. It's just overwhelming.
Oh yeah.
But isn't that every Alien film? H.R. Giger.
The weird thing about it is I didn't notice it that much in the others, but in this one, it was like it was purposely like trying to be as close as humanly possible, like to that.
Yeah.
He should have lost that fight. I wish he did.
Well, I mean, I put that thing on the Instagram. I don't know if you guys saw that the Ash thing was Ridley Scott's idea.
I knew it.
Oh yeah, yeah, it made sense.
Yeah, give it to a guy who hasn't made a good film in like a decade. Congrats.
Let's see here. Huh. Have you ever seen Anguish, 1987? I remember that movie. I think Blue Underground put it out.
Yeah, Blue Underground. Is that Zelda Rubinstein in that?
Yeah.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, I remember it. I'm pretty sure I still have the Blue Underground DVD. I think I have like all my Blue Underground DVDs, but yeah, I remember that one.
Haven't seen it. I've heard of it. I know it's like there's a movie within a movie, like Pirates in a movie theater. Yeah, I've heard of it. Never seen it though.
Yeah.
No, Sashimi, I'm not ready for Bill Skarsgård playing another emo in The Crow.
No, nobody's ready for that, really. Favorite Halloween film?
For nostalgia
Carpenter's movie. Just me personally.
Yeah.
Do what now?
Carpenter's movie, the first
one.
Original, yeah.
For me, it will always be Halloween 2. Maybe just that's the first one I saw, so I'm very nostalgic. But I just love the hospital setting. Maybe just because it remind me of Sound Rage in a good way. So there you go, Sound Rage. There's my answer. That's my favorite Halloween film. Sound Rage. Chuck Norris fighting Michael Myers. There you go. Kicks Michael Myers' ass.
Here's a hot take on that one though. Lately, my favorite Halloween film has been Part 6. So, Rambo's head's gonna fucking blow off.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, what do you like about it? Just what was it?
Just
I,
go ahead.
I was gonna say I know
Oh.
you're trolling. You can't be serious.
No, I really legitimately love Halloween 6, but like it's not my favorite. That's true. I would even put like Halloween 4 above it. And a lot of people think that movie is boring as shit. But like to me, that movie brought back that was the first movie that brought back the tone or was trying to bring back the tone of the original. Before that, the second one was like just all out fucking slasher, everybody dying and stuff like that. The third one was, what it is. It's great, but it's not a Halloween movie in the true sense. And then that one tried to come back around and just be that type of movie. I don't know what the hell happened to part 5. But
Yeah, 5 was it's a big disaster. That was a rush job, is what it was.
Well,
But-
no, you got a director that was so good he got fired off of the Omen 4. That's how good he is.
that takes a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, 4 and 6 most definitely have that fall Halloween time feeling all throughout. So
I fucking
I do
hate
like
part
that.
6. Fucking hate part 6. So
I mean,
The ending
don't
is
know.
really bad. I will say that.
I will tell you this about part 6 and the reason why I like it. I was thinking about this the other day. Like, if you had to pick a film of any genre that encapsulated the 90s, that you like, if you were showing somebody, like, hey, like, this is what the 90s looked like, what would it be? And one of them that came to my mind was Halloween 6 because, like, everybody's dressed and acts and has, like, there's Beavis and Butthead references and shit. And, like, it just encapsulates that time period to me. Like, everybody's in flannel. Everybody's fucking like kind of alternative-y looking, like, but kind of like Hot Topic alternative, which was really what was going on around that time. And the way they speak and everything is like that. But I mean, that's why I think I like it more. Is it just reminds me of that time period.
And they were just coming out of the grunge era and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It does have a good Halloween atmosphere. And then there's the scene with the old woman that tells the story about, the original Halloween and all that, which I thought was pretty good. Now, Paul Rudd he should not have been in that movie. I don't know. He's just not good in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
He sticks out really, really bad.
Yeah.
I like the guy blowing up. I like that scene. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Good kill.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm saying. They've been in a mosh. Sam Goody. Yeah, and actually, this is true too. Pet Cemetery 2 is a super 1990s film too. It really does have that look.
Oh yeah.
But what's a film other than in the horror genre that looks like it's from the 90s? Because I had trouble with this, like thinking of one where it was like, okay, like
What you say, like horror or non-horror?
just non-horror, like some sort of other film. One other one came to mind for me, but I'm curious what your guys would be.
I would say like Clerks and Mallrats.
I was going to say Mallrats was the one that immediately came to my mind.
Yeah, for sure.
Empire Records, that's a great
Oh, yeah.
great hit there, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very 90s. A couple people said that. Hackers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Airheads, that's true. Clueless might be one of the ultimate ones like that too.
Yeah. More Paul Rudd.
Yeah. How come Paul Rudd was in everything around that time?
Yeah, he was blowing up.
Wayne's World for the early 90s. Yep. Somebody put What's Eating Gilbert Grape. I mean, kinda, yeah, but that movie's yeah. Encino Man, Can't Hardly Wait, Spice World. Can't Hardly Wait's a great call, that one. That one is very 90s, late 90s though.
Yeah, late 90s for sure.
Yeah. Freeway to me is just, it exists in its own world.
It's in its own world, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Grogu's back. Guess who's back? Grogu's back. Johnny Mnemonic's Strange Day. PCU. That's a film
Hmm.
that I love that never gets talked about at all. And like, I'm not a fan of that guy at all. What's his name? Jeremy Piven.
Oh yeah,
I'm
Hmm.
not a fan of that guy, but like he's great in that movie. That's probably the only thing I've ever really liked that guy in. That and maybe
Entourage.
no, what's the movie with Dennis you know what I'm talking about, Mark. Judgment Night.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah.
Uh,
You guys owe it to yourselves to watch Entourage, at least one episode.
can't do
I
it.
guarantee you'll become a Piven fan if you're not.
well,
Oh,
a biodome,
Biodome is yeah.
bad 90s.
I mean, to me, like it to say like what's a movie that would like encapsulate the 80s. That's easy because it's like every John Hughes movie. You could just name like all of them,
Good.
but then the 90s are harder for some reason. Like to pick the one film that like completely. To me, if somebody asked about the 80s, I would just say The Breakfast Club. That to me is like the ultimate representation of the 80s in
Mhm.
terms of like, just everything really, or Valley Girl or something like that. Like,
Mhm.
but for the 90s, it's tougher to me. And I don't even know what the hell about the 2000s. Does the 2000s even have an identity really? Like,
Yeah,
Fear,
kind of.
fear.com.
yeah, that's it.
I I can't think of what identity of the 2000s were.
Like what? That's another thing that I think about with music too. So I think that I swear to you, I believe this that the 90s grunge scene was the last big change in like rock music. And
Mhm.
everything after that has just been some reworking of other kind of ideas and things like that. But like, nothing really like big came along and changed the face of music after that. It just kind of went through one crappy, watered down phase after another. And in the 2000s,
How dare you not mention Creed changing the face of music in 2000?
I mean, they changed the face of people going, oh, yeah. They did change that. I love Creed. I can't even lie, but like, in some like a weird, ironic way, I love Creed, but I don't think they changed music. I just think they fucking.
No.
Uh,
I guess really after grunge, probably the next one was auto tune because everyone
yeah,
uses auto
Oh
yeah,
tune.
that's true.
God. It's the
Even
worst.
country singers are using auto tune. It's the weirdest shit, man.
I
Like a
hate that
country
shit.
accent and auto tune is just, it's bizarre.
I don't know. I don't know if anyone in the chat knows when did that start where they use it so much. I'm not saying it was never used before, but like, why is it used everywhere now?
Because nobody
I don't
cares.
know.
Like nobody can sing number one. Like they don't care. I agree. I 100% agree with this. I do. I think I've said this before too, that Jim Blossoms are the most underrated band in the 90s because they were like an upbeat band. They were the anti kind of Nirvana, but like their music was great. But nobody
Mhm.
paid attention to them that much because they weren't grunge like, Alice in Chains grunge or Nirvana or Pearl Jam or any of that stuff.
Mhm. Yeah, I guess when I think of music from the early 2000s, it's all like I guess you'd call it new wave metal. Like you got like Linkin Park kind of started their thing, and then you had so many. That's all I saw when I was watching Headbangers Ball. Like around that time, it was Mudvayne, Drowning Pool, bands like that. Like that seemed to be like the sound, and that lasted for quite a while and popularity. It was, I would say, from like the early 2000s all the way up to like maybe 2007 or 8. That was
Yeah.
like the sound. Most bands kind of sounded like that. There were a few that differentiated themselves from that, but
The
not many.
new metal movement, as they called it. Yeah.
Hmm.
I remember when somebody brought up Static X. I remember when they came out, that must have been the time period where, like, you know how there's some point in your life where you're just kind of like you're going along with everything that's new and you're
Mm.
following new stuff, and then at some point something just happens and you're like, fuck it, I'm just getting off. I'm not following this any of this new stuff anymore. That was the moment. Like whenever Static X and Corn and all that shit started getting popular, I was just like, I'm not following this.
I
Like,
did get sucked into it, probably because I'm a little younger, but I did get sucked into it a bit more. And I had so many movie soundtracks around that time. Of course, the Queen of the Dam soundtrack is probably the most notable because I think Static X had a song on there and so many other bands. Like, but yeah, it wasn't the worst time ever, but yeah, I'll take that over a lot of the newer stuff that's coming out.
oddly, yeah. I mean, I agree with that. Looking back on it now, I would probably listen to that more than I would like whatever the fuck is passing for music now.
Yeah.
But let's see. God damn, this chat's fucking on fire tonight. If anybody's curious, we have a bunch of people in here, over 170.
Nice.
So thank you all for coming in. Okay. All right. It's an interesting name that you've chosen. Love one another. I wonder if that could possibly be a troll. We'll find out soon. You know, sometimes it can be amusing. Sometimes it can be really fucking aggravating.
One question I wanted to ask, because I saw a video recently about this. Did either of you ever go to one of the, and this is random, but those Halloween horror nights, like a Universal? There's like, they did like one night, one for like Halloween 4, one like based on other movies, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Did either of you guys ever one time go or even think of going? No?
I had planned
No.
on going this year. Honestly, we'd already like
Really?
made reservations and everything like that, but like I don't think I'm going to get to.
Because
I
you wanted to
that's
try it out, or was there something specific there that intrigued
no, I
you?
just always wanted to go there. Because some of their setups that they got are amazing, and they usually do a bunch of different like, film setups, like classics. Like you walk in and it's almost like you're on the set of some of
Mhm.
these films, and I just always wanted to go to that.
Yeah, somebody that I know did frequent those almost every other year, and he would put it over like crazy, just like how great it was. I never got to go though. I always wanted to, just haven't been.
Was
Davey,
there,
thank you for the what do they call these nowadays? Super stickers.
yeah.
Appreciate that.
Was there one that you heard of that you wish you could have gone to specifically? Well, I remember looking at some videos like, oh wow, there was one for The Thing,
Yeah,
and there
that
was
was
one
that
for
was a
others.
big one. And
Mhm.
Okay.
House of a Thousand Corpses, they had one for that too, and I always thought that looked killer.
Yep,
I
that
mean,
was one of the most popular ones from what I've heard.
don't get me wrong. Like we're all talking about Rob Zombie and shit, but like the look of House of a Thousand Corpses is still to this day amazing to me. And the first half of that movie is still pretty amazing to me. It's just he fucks it up in the end, like he does everything.
Hmm.
Yeah.
What's the last rock band? Probably, unfortunately, like something like Maroon 5 or some assholes like that. It's going to end up being somebody like that. Well, somebody had a quote one time that fucking killed me. Moves like Jagger, music like shit. Uh, I keep seeing this movie at Walmart. What the fuck is this? Deer Camp 86.
I mean, I thought it was pretty decent. It's pretty much. There's really no reason why it takes place in the 80s. It's really used for a gimmick, but it's just group of people go to a cabin, and there's. If I don't explain, it's going to sound really boring, but uh, I thought it was like tongue in cheek type of movie.
I just keep seeing it, and I have no idea. Didn't even know it was out or anything like that until I saw it a couple times. down
Yeah,
there.
I thought it was a decent independent film, but I don't know if other people liked it. So, but yeah, I have low expectations considering some stuff I've seen.
Yeah, I mean, I know what it is, but I haven't watched it yet. That was like maybe a year or two ago that one came out, right?
This year,
Was it this year? Oh, okay. I thought it was like a year or two ago. Hmm.
Let's see. Somebody said Metallica was the last band. If that makes sense. With whatever album they put out, it's going to go platinum at this point.
oh yeah, I saw you stream the other night praising some kind of monster. You guys love that. That's
That's
why I
one of
love
the
Ty
best.
West.
One of the best documentaries and one of the best albums, Saint Anger. You got if you haven't heard it, check it out. It's just the drums on that are great. So I was hoping somebody would bring this up. Carter brought up something that I wanted to talk with you all about anyway. So let's share my screen real quick.
Yeah,
And everybody knew this was coming, but I kind of did shit my pants a little bit about this. Not this, not the Crow. 20, not the Crow 2024. No. The
it just came out and they already released Visible.
it's already on, like, yeah. Nah, I'm not signing up for fucking Facebook, I'll tell you that. Get away. Quit. Go away. Well, anyway. Motherfucker's like, go. Go. Son of a bitch. Make it go away, Mark. You know this stuff.
I can't. I don't have control.
I thought I had it. I thought I had it to where I could show it. Facebook fucking cod blocked me.
Damn Elon Musk.
Fuckers. Hold on. I'll figure this out. So
But yeah-
Second Sight announced the release of the and all the specs and everything for the Blair Witch Project today.
Mhm.
If I can find it on here in some viewable fashion.
Yeah, of course, it was kind of spoiled because Imprint was releasing Blair Witch 1 and 2, and the guy said, no, don't buy that.
Yeah.
Something is coming. And it's going to be released in November. It is, what is this, two? There's a limited edition with like a book and a bunch of other stuff, and then there's the 2-disc Blu-ray. It is a Blu-ray. Yes, I actually did pre-order. Granted, they charged me twice. Thank you, Diabolic DVD, for charging me twice. Because I never used their site before, and then they charged me twice, so that was cool. But yeah, I got the limited edition because it's a personal favorite of mine. But there's a feature-length documentary. There's, I guess, 2 versions of the film. The festival cut, which I'm guessing is the maybe 2.5-hour cut. I don't know. And then there's the cut that they, I guess, better picture quality. And yeah, they say a feature-length documentary, the stuff from the old DVD.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm a sucker for that stuff. And Second Sight does good work, and I love the film. I loved it ever since I saw it on VHS in 1999, actually.
I think for the past at least the past 20 years now almost, people have been wanting an edition of that film to come out that's actually worth a shit. Because like there's been a couple of editions, but they were very basic, very kind of there was never a real big special edition or anything like that, which is very weird if you think about it. Like one of the biggest films to ever be released in the horror genre.
Mhm.
So I don't know what the holdup was that forever. I'm sure it was probably the money situation with the cast and everything.
Yeah, and people were there's a lot of complaints that it's Region B. The reason it's Region B is because Lionsgate owns it in the U.S. and they don't care about Blair Witch in the U.S.
Right.
So, I mean, I figured a lot of people had a region-free Blu-ray player, but I guess I thought wrong. Which I mean, I get it, but I bought one 10 years ago because there were so many releases overseas. I'm like, yeah, it's best just get one now. So, but
Yeah. Yeah, I mean everybody should have one just in case. I mean, it's if you're a physical media person, you gotta get one.
Does Second Sight have Book of Shadows included?
no,
No, There was a company. What was it? Imprint that did both of them. Yeah,
Imprint has both of them.
but I mean, listen. It's like CK said a while back. If it's between Second Sight and anybody else, it don't matter who it is. Go for Second Sight. Like
Mhm.
they've always got the best. And another thing I like about them is they always do a standard edition too. They don't try to fucking
Yeah.
just throw out like a limited edition and make everybody pay, $70. If you want to get the limited edition, you can, and they always come out with like another one that's reasonably priced standard.
Although they do sort of have a run for their money with the late night with the devil set. Like, if you
Oh,
guys have
yeah.
seen that, right?
Yep. I saw that earlier today.
Looks awesome, but I think I like the umbrella set more. I'm pretty sure quality wise and all that, the transfer is probably going to be better on the Second Sight one. But I don't know. I really like that umbrella one. I think it's got a lot more stuff to it, a lot more stuff in it. And I just like the artwork a bit more. But the Second Sight edition is really, really good too. So I mean, they don't fuck around with their stuff.
Mm-mm. So here, I'll go ahead and just show it like this because I don't have fucking. No matter what I do, it's not going to let me like zoom into this to any of these unless I sign up for this shit, which I ain't fucking doing. Got Man of the Year over here. But there's the Second Sight Blair Witch right there with the book and everything. The little manual, all weather notebook.
Mm-hmm.
I rarely do that stuff, but I did get the limited edition because I like to read that book. It's like almost 200 pages. I'm curious of the stuff. At least it's a book. It's not a pen or something I'll never use. Give a shit about a pen.
What about stickers?
That's true.
Stickers.
What about
I don't care.
holographic stickers though? What about
Don't put
that?
stickers on my trapper when I go to school again. A book though, I would love to read the book. So, like Umbrella, it's a different company, but they had the Super Mario Bros. That book is excellent. So, with that book's like,
Oh no, it's Trick or Treat.
No,
no
Somebody
comment. No comment.
somebody asked about Trick or Treat. All I can say is just direct your questions about Trick or Treat's release over to Michael Felser. That's all I'm gonna tell you. No, we don't know what the fuck's going on with that.
Yeah, no comment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to review The Legend of Hillbilly John. There's a guy around here that's actually kind of like his name was Rebel John. And that's not a joke. So it's not far off. Like,
well, I guess either that or that Hillbillies on a Haunted House or something.
yeah, I want to see that. I really do.
Is there any of these other releases that interest you, or just the? Well, okay. Would you buy the Blair Witch, not the limited, but the other one from Second Sight? Both of you.
I'll definitely buy the limited edition. Yeah, I'm just a sucker for those packages. Like I got that. To me, this is the best. I showed you all this, but this is the best packaging.
Oh
that
yes,
anybody does is the Your Next. Like there's not really a comparison to me from the way Second Sight does stuff to the way even like Severin does stuff. For comparison,
the opera.
It's all the way over there, but yeah, I've got the opera thing over there. But it's just not as good. It's not as well built. It's not as like that. You can definitely tell the material is not as good as it is with Second Sight. Like there's not.
Is it a like digibook fold out thing in there?
Yeah, you know it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
cool. I haven't even opened mine yet. It's over there, but I just haven't had a chance to break the seal on it.
Same.
Oh, you haven't opened it, so now you can review it. That's what they usually do.
That's true.
So, if I may ask, if you can, what would be your favorite Second Sight release? Like, if you had a number one favorite that they've done.
Jesus.
I mean, it's gonna be The Hitcher.
Okay, that has come out
been done.
Yeah.
There's been two I can think of that have been great. I mean, pretty much all of them have been great, with the
Mm-hmm.
exception of maybe two I could think of that were kind of like mediocre. But like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre one and the Dawn of the Dead one, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's hard. Yeah, it's hard to beat.
And what
I
were the
was
two mediocre ones?
Martin.
Martin
Mhm.
and High Tension. High
Oh, okay.
Tension was so fucking dark that you couldn't like.
Really?
Yeah, it's so dark. The fucking oil light in my car came on when I tried to put it in. Like that's how dark that fucking
Yeah,
movie
the
was.
blood was like almost black or something.
Yeah,
It was a little rough.
So AVPR.
yeah,
Pretty much.
yeah. It looked like that, kind of.
Wonder what happened.
So let me see if I can find Imprint's version just to compare
Mhm.
on here.
And hello, everyone everyone in the chat. Hey there, Preminator and Sean. Everybody. Hope everyone's having a good Friday night, despite
Yeah.
how fucking hot it is. We're all gonna melt. Be like Razor Lost Art.
Yeah.
Face just melt off. Yeah.
I'm still surprised they got PG for that. I mean, it's Steven Spielberg, so I shouldn't be surprised. But that's still pretty damn gory when you watch it today.
Yeah.
Heads exploding.
Well, I guess he was just able to, his name was on, he was able to get away with that because that's like the scene in Poltergeist where the guy's ripping his face off, but that's PG.
So wouldn't you know though that Imprint, it's kind of funny, is having a sale on their Blair Witch set probably because this just came out. So check this out. Let's compare and contrast here. It looks killer. I'm not gonna lie, still, but this is the Imprint set.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's on sale right now for $69.95 Australian dollars.
How much would that be US?
Fuck Rambo. Why you
Probably
gonna ask
like
me?
80 something.
And with shipping?
Shipping is going to be like 180. The shipping is ridiculous over there.
Hold on, let's find out. I'm gonna convert this into Australian.
I mean, that'd be tough to get just for Blair Witch 2. Because, again, there are no new features on this, from what I understand, for Blair Witch 1. Again, it's all going to be on the second site. And so if you're buying this, you'd be buying it for the second film, and that's a lot of money for one movie.
So, okay, according to this, 69 converted to US dollars is 47 US dollars.
Is it really?
Really?
Am I
Okay.
losing my fucking mind? Or yeah, that's what it says.
Better than I
Knows
thought.
anything knows anything about Australian.
Dirt says Aussie is
Australia.
cheaper.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's $47 right now on sale. If this is
Okay.
panning out right.
Isn't Umbrella Australia?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why the fuck does their stuff not convert over the same way it's usually more? I don't know.
When you're buying them all, Mark,
Well,
Yeah, that's true.
maybe that's what it is.
you're buying 5 of them.
Yeah.
So this one has a new audio commentary by the author of 8 Days in the Wood, The Making of the Blair Witch Project. It has a new interview with Joe Berlinger for part 2. This is the big thing about the Imprint when it comes with the Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2. So it's got a new interview with him, who we actually interviewed on the show years and years ago. New interview with the director of photography. Some new special features that they say they haven't announced yet, which is kind of weird, but I'll be honest with you. I'll probably get that too because I'm a mark for Book of Shadow, but
Sure.
I mean,
all this shit.
if they could do the same thing Second Sight's doing, I'd probably get it. If we could get his cut, like the full uncut version of Book of Shadows, I'd like to see what he was originally going to do with it.
Yeah, let's see. Is anything like that mentioned? It's probably not yet.
I doubt they would be doing that.
It says to be announced, or
yeah, to be TBC, whatever the hell that is, to be continued. I don't know. All right, now let's see. I can find something about. Let's see. Let's go to second sides.
It's not a well. Is this a Blu-ray or imprint one? Is that a Blu-ray as well? No second.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, that's a Blu-ray. Both of them.
Yeah, someone's in the chat. Yeah, it's not a 4K. The second sight one for me as a fan, I'm interested because there's a different cut of the film as a full-length documentary, and they went back with the picture quality as well. But the other cut and the feature-length documentary and the book, I'm interested in that because, like Uncle Bill has said, the film's been really ignored on home video. Like
Yeah.
nothing been done with it, and I'm like, about time. I mean, it was the right time for the anniversary, but
Hmm.
it's because so many people hate the film. That's why they figure that's how they look at it. A lot of people wouldn't buy it because it's such a hated film. So they look at it, I think, in that fashion. But I guess someone finally went, hey, the anniversary, there'll be a couple people like me who buy it.
Yeah, I mean, I've had that artisan DVD set for like maybe it feels like 20 years or something. I didn't get
So
anything since then. So
I have two. Here is. It's only $50. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, they're usually. If you bought that from Saverin, it would definitely be $70 or $80. So I'll just
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
that. Like 5052, the Blair Witch limited edition, 2-disc Blu-ray, pre-order, yada yada yada.
Yeah, with shipping it was 57. Well, for me, 114 because they charged it twice. But it was 57. That's a good deal, $57 for all that stuff and a book. And
Yeah, so here's the big new change here. The 2-disc edition includes restored and remastered the original theatrical cut and the festival cut, plus the original release version. So that's what everybody's shitting their panties about, I'm pretty sure. Restoration from the high videotapes and 16 millimeter film elements, supervised and approved by the producers and directors, but not the cast, who are going to hate that shit. That's one thing you'll notice is not on here is anything from the cast because they're still
I would assume they're in the documentary, though.
probably a new feature length
Oh.
second sight films production. I hope so. Anyway, there's a whole, but for people that don't know what I'm talking about, there was a whole big thing about the cast requesting royalties and a bunch of different payments from like years and years have been used in the movie and not getting paid. I have no idea what the legalities of that or anything are, what kind of contracts they signed, if they deserve any of that money or not. I don't know. I just know that they're all doing conventions and stuff right now, and you know,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of agree with this. Did you guys see this too? I'm going to bring this up in a second. This was kind of my sleeper thing from the last couple of weeks. The Wilder Pryor set from Indicator.
Oh, I didn't hear about this.
Didn't know about it.
Hold on, I'm bringing this up because this is killer.
I mean, I've seen no, hear no evil on Blu-ray. That's my favorite.
Yep.
I didn't know they had the others. That's cool.
Well, it's not all of them, but it's 3, I think, of their films.
Oh, okay, so I'm guessing Silver Streak, Stir Crazy, and See No Evil, Hear No Evil.
Yep.
That's very cool.
I don't know how I feel, by the way, about Indicator's packaging, but
Really?
well, you'll see what I mean. They all look the same. They all look like this.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I feel about that. Like that's the way my Bruiser 4K came,
Yeah.
like in the same kind of like. It's very odd, but it's a retro kind of look.
Another You? Fuck.
Yep. Stir Crazy. See no over here, no evil, another You.
So I was being nice. I thought the good one would be on there, not Another You. That's sad to watch for those. Just watch the trailer. That's when Richard Pryor was just too far gone. He couldn't do anything. Yep. It's very depressing. God, why that one? But I guess the rights. Fuck.
Probably.
Well, I'll pass on that. I got my favorite on Blu-ray, See No Evil, so I don't need Another You.
See No Evil is highly, highly underrated. I used to watch it all the time when I was a kid.
That's one of my favorite comedies. You swear an awful lot. You fucking right, swear.
$34.99, by the way, pounds into US dollars is $39. So that would be about $40. That's
and this is this a Blu-ray?
Yeah. I think they're all Blu-rays.
Hmm.
Let me see.
Because again, some of these are on Blu-ray, so I'm wondering like what's the
Yeah.
difference?
Let's see. Indicator limited edition Blu-ray. Yep, box set special features. High definition remasters, original audios, audio commentaries with some sort of journalist you don't give a shit about. Interview with composers. Interview with Stuart Copeland, who's the drummer for the Police, who apparently did some of the score for See No Evil, Hear No Evil.
Oh yeah,
Making of See No Evil, Hear No Evil. That's archival though, documentary.
probably like 3 minutes. Well, we know
Yeah,
we're in the
my
U.S. Yeah,
location. Yeah, thanks for that. Need that fucking reminder.
that's a weird thing. Do you know you're in the U.S.? No, I thought I was in Canada.
Yeah, I don't have a ton of their stuff. I probably got like maybe 4 releases from Indicator, if that.
Do you know what those are?
Honestly, no. I'd have to go look.
I don't know why Indicator sounds like a 80s horror film about someone in an electric chair. I don't know why.
It does. What was the other big one that came out, Mark? There was another one recently.
From Indicator, or are you talking
No,
about
just in general.
Late Night with the Devil?
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Is that Second Sight 4K?
Of the Blair Witch?
No, Late Night with the Devil.
Oh, we're gonna find out right now. Hold on. I should have just left that. I didn't. Yes, it is 4K. Pre-order is available October. It'll be available October 28th.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm gonna bring it up here.
Damn it. Oh man, I really don't want to have to double dip on that because
You're gonna double dip on this.
I don't think the
guarantee it.
Umbrella one is 4K. I think that's only Blu-ray. I got the Umbrella set. I ordered that probably like 3 months ago, maybe.
Indicator sounds like a mediocre thrash band that only put out one EP. It really does. Indicator and Annihilator on tour right now.
With Destroyer.
Yeah.
Boba Fett says it is not 4K. Oh shit.
Well, the Second Sight one is. I know that. I'm looking at it. Are you talking about the other one?
Yeah, the Umbrella one.
Yeah. Well, Umbrella really doesn't do that much 4K, do they? Like
the more recent movies they did do, like what was it? Talk to Me was 4K, and like some of like the newer movies that have come out recently, and this being one of them, I figured that they would have done that, but I guess not.
Super Mario is 4K.
Yep.
Oh, well, there you go.
There you go.
4 German copies.
That's so cute.
This is true.
I mean, hell, if they had done something with it, I probably would, because the Germans go all out.
It'll come with like a mini talk show.
It'll be a mini TV or something.
So let's look at what they got on this. I still am on the fence about this movie. Love that guy's performance though, but
yeah, I mean, it's that ending for me. It's like the last 10, 15 minutes or so. That's iffy. Yeah.
No, I agree. Lead guy's good. The movie's just kind of meh for me.
Some of the stuff too, I just didn't like where they just did basically a rip off The Exorcist. Like, why couldn't they have fucking changed that around a little bit? Like, the possession scene and all that. And I mean, they could have finagled that into something else.
I thought it was going to be more like the beginning where like Mark Ironside's narrating. I thought it was actually going to be like a documentary format, and then they just dropped it very quickly.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind them doing like a spin-off movie where they do show that, because I mean, hell, even put Michael Ironside in it. That'd be interesting.
Check out these cards, man.
Mhm.
Well, why would you
That's-
want them?
I don't know, but that's wild. Like they look like 70s
Mhm.
like cards. That's pretty interesting. Like I don't give a shit about stuff like that 99% of the time, but something about that design is just I don't know. But anyway, that's what the set looks like, and it has special features, UHD and Blu-ray with main feature and bonus features on both discs, HDR, Dolby Vision. I did an interview with the directors, nude audio commentary with Josh Nelson and Alexandra Nicholas. A bunch of looks like featurettes. It has a rigid slipcase, Mark. It's rigid.
Oh, I'm excited now.
I know you would be.
Can't wait.
120-page book, behind the scenes images, storyboards, and new essays. Oh, you gotta love them fucking essays. I'll sit down and read those tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think
I liked it. I mean, if it's a movie I actually care about, of course. Like
Mhm.
Umbrella did Mario, I look forward to the one on Blair Witch. Which is, if you don't pay that much, then a book to me is a lot more merit than a damn sticker that I'm not
Mhm.
going to stick on my ass, let alone on a trapper or any. Like, you don't throw the stickers away, you don't throw the pins away. Because you don't walk around with a pin. It's like, look at me, I bought the Blu ray. Look how
Yep.
special I am.
Yeah.
And then someone's going
Well,
to punch you in the face.
imagine there has to be somebody out there that's got all them pins on like a hat or something. That'd be so killer. Meet that guy.
It'd
I'm
be
a
like,
pin enthusiast.
it'd be an office space. They got all the pins, like, all over,
All the flair, yeah.
all the flair.
Just
Uh,
sorry, go ahead.
go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, just for comparison's sake, would you mind bringing up the umbrella one?
Yeah.
Okay. Because like
Let's
they
not talk about the
Second Sight
Crow.
has
2024.
presentation all day. I mean, they know how to do it. It looks good, but oh man, I don't know.
Okay. Australia, here it come. Are they releasing Terrifier 3 or something?
Who Umbrella?
Umbrella, yeah.
No, but they did do that huge set for Terrifier 2. I think it's called the This Is Art collection or something. Pretty sure that was them.
That's wild.
They got Terrifier 3 on the site.
Yeah. It's like the first thing
Mhm.
you see when you
Hmm.
log in there.
They'll probably do another big release for the third one. That's probably why.
Where in the frig? Well, I don't want to go look up Terrifier 3. Thank you for that, but it's not what I'm currently trying to find. I'm scared to death what they're going to do with that movie. It's terrifying to me, man. Like,
Yeah,
I
and
feel
I think he said like he was a bit more hands off on the effects. Like he got like a big effects team. I think somebody in the chat might know. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know Tom Savini visited the set, and I think some of his people were doing the effects this time. I could be wrong, but I'm
really.
pretty sure. That's what he said. Like he was a bit more hands off this time, focusing more on the direction and stuff.
Wow.
And letting like well, they had way more money for this one, so
Yeah.
yeah, they had a big team come in.
Let's see. There we go.
Get the 4TM convoy.
Shit. Is that the convoy I'm thinking of?
Chris Christopherson, the song.
Yep.
Sam Peckinpah was on heavy drugs.
Pre-orders. Here we go. Jesus Christ. What the shit? You know
Love
what?
one another. What do you like?
Yeah.
I mean, I can understand if you don't like Terrifier. That's fine, but let's get some more positivity in the chat, man.
Real quick though, I'm curious while I'm trying to find this shit. In general, just in the chat, like, do you guys buy the limited editions of stuff like this, or do you buy the standard editions? Because I'm starting to lean more towards the standard editions, depending on what the film is. Really,
Um, I do limited for everything just because I'm nuts. So
you are nuts, Mark. We know.
that's true.
His eyes. So I gotta say, cool as ice, man. But I mean, it's more crazy if someone made that. I think that's more of the thing. Is like someone made that. Jesus. But,
Yeah. You know, it's funny when Garrett came on. He's like, "Did you get the one with the hat?"
It's so killer.
But I mean, he read my mind. I would have gotten it, but it was sold out.
Oh, I guess another one that's coming out, the Friday 13th 2 on 4K
Mm-hmm.
by Paramount. So I
So
guess they're slowly releasing them.
I'm just gonna say I hate the way this website is set up. I can get like Late Night with the Devil, it's the trailer and everything, but where's the fucking actual?
Hmm.
Do you have to go into shop?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I mean, the website's super nice. It's just hard as hell to navigate what in the fuck you're doing.
They got so much shit on there too. That's
Yeah.
the real problem.
Let's see what people are saying here while I'm waiting on this. Limited edition. Matt says he only buys limited editions if it's absolute favorite, like the Hitcher. Everything else, no reason to spend the extra money. Standard mostly, Justin says. The other Justin Marino says mainly the limited. Love one number says slip covers are most important to me. I'm pretty sure that guy's just a fucking troll. Like at this point, I'm pretty
He
positive.
says he only likes Bruce Willis movies.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Limited edition. The only thing that is limited is the packaging. Oh God. If we get Ragnar and that guy in here, like the fucking heads will explode from the negativity. Those two guys are like they're epic.
Well, get a region free player. I mean, if you actually do have some stuff to buy, like there's something you like. I mean, you don't have to get one if you don't ever plan on getting
Holy
anything
shit. Now
region free.
that is a nice addition. So I finally figured out where this shit is. Have you seen the eyes without a face?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, let's go over there.
Yeah, there's quite a few titles on there I'm gonna be getting soon. I'm just waiting for them to ship out my last order, which I ordered like 3 months ago.
That's the problem. That's it. By the way, stay tuned. Stay the fuck tuned to the Dead Pit because I'm going to do a rant video on these fucking companies taking forever to ship all this shit. And there is like a bunch of them. And they're with their fucking shipping and also with their quality control issues here lately.
Mm-hmm.
Some of that shit's ridiculous, man.
So which is worse now, Error 4444 or Severin?
Neat. Well, I mean, between Arrow, Severin, Air 4444, Cauldron, they're all shit.
What did Arrow do?
That fucking York Garrett set got delayed, and they're already fucking talking about replacement discs and all this shit.
They've been fucking up lately, from what I've heard, with some of their like prints on discs and stuff.
Of course, that was the
Not
one thing I
every,
ordered.
but some stuff.
It always works out that way. So it's the one.
Yeah. God. Bunch of pearheads.
I can't wait for that rant. That'll be a fun rant. Fuck them all.
That intruder set is killer. Looks nice.
I'd like to buy that. But
It does
like,
look nice.
I love that movie too, but who put that out? Was that Synapse?
Synapse Films. Yep.
So, like, I mean, the Blu-ray of that's gonna. That's not a 4K, I'm assuming, right? It's a Blu-ray.
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 I mean, it's not gonna look any better than Synapse. It's just not.
No.
Yeah. Cool that they have the work print on it.
Let's see what else. House of the Devil, Caligula, Irresistible. Is that the standard edition? Yeah, Intruder Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Where in the frig is it on here? Am I just completely missing the Late Night with the Devil?
I hit view all, I think. It
Okay.
said view all at the top right hand corner. Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, there has been a lot of stuff announced here lately. But I'm gonna be honest with you, like I thought there would be more stuff announced by now. I mean, it's pretty much like all these are coming around about Halloween,
Mhm.
and that's like the prime
Oh yeah.
time to be releasing stuff. So
Well, do you think they'll anyone try to in September try to compete with each other to announce the stuff? They don't wait till September last minute.
probably,
Yeah. They usually do. More
Hmm.
stuff is announced in September usually.
yeah, that'll be when Trick or Treat gets announced. Guarantee it.
Well, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, Synapse is. They're not really though, man. To be honest, like saying Synapse is one of the most expensive companies out there. That used to be true, but nowadays, like, there's at least 2 or 3 other companies that are more expensive.
Stream Factory is more expensive, honestly, for what you get out of it.
Hmm.
Well, I won't fucking tell you right now. For whatever reason, it's decided to not let me fucking.
If you just type "Late Night with the Devil" in the search, does it say anything?
Yeah, it's gonna tell me to go fuck myself. Hold on one second.
We'll wait for the. Go fuck yourself, Marq.
It'd be like that thing in Maximum Overdrive.
This machine just called you an asshole.
Asshole. There it is. Okay. Which one you want to look at, Mark? The fan club, Night Owls fan club version? That's a $90 one. That's the
Yeah,
one that has
that
like
one.
everything in it.
Or it's the
That's-
more
It's
expensive
already
one.
out of
That's the one I got.
stock. It's already sold out, by the way.
Damn.
Yeah.
God
It
damn.
sold out a while. I think like within weeks of it popping up there, it was gone.
All right, here we go. Good call, Rambo. Should have just done that shit to begin with and not played around with my bird for so long.
It's fun to do that, just downstream.
Uh-huh.
Some people have done that, and they got in trouble.
It's true. I mean,
There you
I gotta tell you, like, that's pretty tough to beat. Just
Mhm.
the look and the design of everything. It's got an old TV guide in it. Like,
Yeah, the TV guide thing, the
touch.
VHS tape.
uh-huh. It's got a VHS tape over here. Yep.
So, is it an actual VHS tape, or it's just made to look like it?
I think it's an actual VHS.
Okay,
Check
so
that.
they actually transferred on a tape.
That's
Mhm.
crazy, yeah.
I've been seeing that a lot. How do you feel about that? Like them taking new films, like someone that's taking like the new Scream films and put them on VHS tape, and this is like a new. It's like a new thing that's just.
It seems like more of like a nostalgia piece. I don't know how
Right.
many people are actually watching Scream 6 on VHS. That's a very niche thing.
That
to
would,
me.
yeah. Whoever is watching Scream 6 on VHS, that's sad. Just to think about somebody like doing that.
Well, I mean, they do just make the package, but they actually put it on the VHS tape. That's even more
Mhm.
interesting.
So it says, let's see. VHS contained the 1977 Night Owl's original broadcast cut. Replica TV guide, press kit with articles, Conversation with the Devil, 48-page artifact put together with the team behind Late Night with the Devil. It's got another rigid case, Mark. It's rigid as fuck.
Nice.
Yep. 8 art cards, A3 reversible poster, a limited edition numbered release.
It says an Easter egg as well.
Yeah. No, it's got an Easter egg in it, like a real Easter egg. Let me kill.
The hard and rigid.
That's how I like them. Like my slipcases, hard and rigid. So
There you
yeah.
go.
So let's catch up over here on the chat because like I'm got to be way behind at this point.
Oh, one quick thing of movie news. I guess they're finally releasing Salem's Lot. Finally.
Oh,
They just
really?
showed pictures.
Didn't
Yeah,
know that.
apparently. Yeah, I guess that's a steeping. Finally.
This is a good question. When is the Vinegar Syndrome labor sale going to be? So we were talking about this the other night. The drops of their new shit and the Labor Day sale are on the same day. So, but they're separate things, I think. So let me go over to Vinegar Syndrome and see if I can confirm this. But we were talking about this. I think one will probably drop. The actual like regular stuff that'll be for September will probably drop at 12 p.m. like it always does. Like, and the sale will probably be at midnight. I'm assuming that's how they're going to work that.
I mean, that's good marketing. I mean, it always works. People always buy a bunch of shit in those sales, so
ain't nothing like going over and visiting Vinegar Syndrome. It's like visiting your drunk uncle.
And for those wondering, which I doubt you are, but I'll say it anyway, the Sam's Lot's coming October to HBO Max. So it's not even going in theaters, going straight to streaming. So that shows how much they believe in it.
Great question, Carter. Like, been wondering this too. I know that, like, isn't Grindhouse releasing, going around showing this in theaters and stuff? Isn't that usually what they do before they release the 4K?
It seems like they've been doing that shit for like 2 years now.
It feels like that, yeah. So I don't know what the fucking hold up.
Dicking around and just put it out.
No Phantasma. I don't know anyone that says, "Oh, I love them lobby cards."
Let's see. We're in okay, so I'm on Vinegar, so I'm trying to find out where they tell about the sale here. Will they tell about the fucking sale? You'd think that would be the first thing on their site.
Or they're showing the sale. You just don't know. It's just so damn expensive still.
Yeah.
Here's a sale. It's $35 now.
They're doing the same with Cannibal Holocaust. Going around showing up. Yeah.
Well, to be fair, Vinegar Syndrome has been worth a shit in a long time.
I'm going to agree on that. I don't even think at this point they're really in the race for like any kind of company of the year or anything like that. Like they're in like 4th or 5th place at this point.
I mean, Second Sight with Hitcher and Blair Witch and stuff, they're number one for me.
I don't even know.
They fucked up the Hitcher.
Yeah. It would be really... Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say close second for me would be Kino.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think people aren't giving them nowhere near enough credit. All the stuff they put out this year has been excellent.
Oh, yeah. I love Kino. They're finally putting out Summer Rental on Blu-ray, which I'm glad. Love that film.
That was amazing. Yeah.
So. But yeah, Kino Lorber is great too.
Kino just put out a series that I didn't think I would like at all and turned out to be like really, really good. That cult, they've got a Kino cult line now. And
Oh,
they
yeah.
released a bunch of those killer animal movies. Food of the Gods, Kingdom of the Spiders, Empire of the Ants, I think, and like another one. Frogs, I believe was the other
Oh.
one. And I watched Food of the Gods and Kingdom of the Spiders, and they're both great, like in a goofy freaking 70s kind of way. They're both amazing, especially Food of the Gods. Like I really love that movie. It's got giant chickens in it, giant fucking, wasps and
Yeah.
rats and everything you can think of. Yep. You do want those. Those are really good.
How much is that set going for?
Oh, it's not set. They're just all individual like
Oh, okay.
titles. Yeah.
That would be killer though. Just put it in a big box set.
That would be a good idea. I don't know why they didn't do that, really.
Penny's bathtub.
Yeah.
Yes, Nick. Thank you for this. We'll find out soon enough. Like something tells me this is going to be an interesting watch, to say the least. So Benny's Bathtub, of course, the psychedelic, was it Finnish or Norwegian, Swedish, Denmark? Yeah, it's a Denmarkian animated film.
At least it's 40 minutes, so
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
even if it's bad, it's not too long
Lord. Hey, what's going on? Texas Nan's place.
either.
Fuck Richard Rubenstein. Give me Night Flyer. I agree.
I think a lot of people have the same sentiment of Richard Rubenstein.
Yep. I don't know what the hell Richard Rubenstein's problem is, but he's held up so many releases at this point that like he's got a whole contingency of people that just absolutely hate him.
Well, he's like I said last time, he's counting that the Dune movies, all that money he's got from them. So that's what he's doing.
Good for him.
Maybe I got a fucking email about that or something. I can't find anything on their site about that sale, which is weird, but let's see. Tick.
Yeah, Stretch Bro. Yeah, there was a Food of the Gods too.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. Have you seen that, Rambo?
No, I think it was made in the 80s though, so I think that's more just rats, big rats. I think it's just one animal. I mean, I saw a trailer, but didn't see the movie.
Oh, I see. Okay. Let's see here. I thought I saw.
Sam Crow. I did not order a single Number No Street 4K. It's just, I love the movie. I don't need a 4K of it. If it's like a box set with a decent price, sure, but I like the first film. I don't need a 4K of it.
I did pre-order the I guess it's the UK one with all the shit in it.
The Freddy Krueger head.
Yeah. His hat and the glove and all that shit.
Oh man, I forgot to bring this up. So while I'm trying to find this, I didn't even mention the big Severin Folk Horror Volume 2 set that's coming out.
Oh yeah,
Like,
I did see that. Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen that or not, Rambo, but like
Mm-mm.
so it's this crazy huge like folk horror set that Severin's putting out. And volume 1, I don't think it did very well at all. So I'm really confused about why they're putting this one out. But for some reason, Severin right now is super into this folk horror subgenre. They're trying to make it a thing, and it's not really becoming a thing. This one's called All the Haunt Be Ours, Volume 2. 13 discs, 24 international folk horror classics, quote unquote. I've never heard of any of these movies. Not one single one of them. But I mean, there's a lot of Vinegar Syndrome stuff I haven't heard of either, to be fair. What was the price on this? It was like 180 or something like that.
Jesus. Well, I guess that's a lot of movies, to be fair, but
yeah, that's a lot.
Oh god, they got a bundle. They got a fucking what's in the bundle?
I mean, they got to package all this shit together. I don't know anybody else that's buying it. They got to sell it all at once.
Oh, this bundle's amazing looking. Hold on. Like, oh Jesus Christ. I didn't know they had a bundle, but the regular 13 disc Blu-ray box set and hardcore book, that'd be awesome. Hardcover book is $180. The bundle is $225. It comes with two magazines, a diorama, a tote bag. It comes with a fucking tote bag.
Gotta put the movies in there.
Yeah, I think maybe Severin should like focus on getting shit to people before they focus on doing this. Like, I'd probably overhaul my shipping department before I like start doing tote bags and people's shit and dioramas and stuff.
You weren't kidding. I haven't heard of a single one of these movies.
No, man.
Okay. To Fire You Come at Last. What a title.
Psychomania is the only one where I was like, is that the same one I'm thinking of? Is that the fucking stupid like motorcycle movie that came out in the 60s?
That's the one that I do know of. I think that's probably the only one that I know of out of all those. Like, yeah, it's a lot of random shit in there.
The Enchanted, Who Fears the Devil? Who gives a shit? More like it. The White Reindeer, because that's horror, you know. Prancer's going to kill you. Edge of the Knife. Well, that's not generic. Born of Fire. Sequel to Born on the 4th of July. Eel Island. From Saudi Arabia. So, for all you Saudi Arabian people.
Did you say Eel Island?
Oh, sorry. There's two. EO Island. That's South Korea.
Oh, okay.
And Scales from Shahadamin.
I mean, if I'm going to be fair, I would say that there would be an Asian film called Eel Island, which would be terrifying. Be eels like going inside of people and shit. I could see it.
I'm not going to read the rest. No matter. Oh, thank you, Chris. Sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I was just going to say, like, that's a very weird box set for them to do right now, man.
Like, I'm looking at it, seems like they're doing the same structure of I have the Bruce Exploitation set where they have like 2 movies per disc. And so they put it like I have it over there like a package this big. But that one is like more enticing because that's like a unique subgenre and of those crazy Bruce Exploitation films.
Oh,
it was enjoyable. God. Like this, I don't see it selling, but who knows?
Davy Collins, I never understood calculus, but I got to live in a world with it. So that's just fucking is what it is, I guess. Fucking, I don't really care. Folk horror is not something at all that I've ever been interested in. And like Rambo has said many times, that's just my opinion. I have absolutely zero interest in that.
Well, okay, what is folk horror? Like, what is like a definition of what folk horror would be? Because that seems like a very broad term.
It is a very broad term. And I mean, like, there are certain things you could classify as folk horror, like maybe like even like the witch or something like that, that is
Yeah.
not, but it looks like to me, I don't even know, like, with some of these titles, if I would consider that to be quote unquote folk horror or not, but it looks like more like um fairy tale-ish kind of like witches and demons and
Yeah,
things like that.
it's like the what it's called, like it stuff that uses folklore to like invoke, horror
Would
basically.
Pumpkinhead be folk horror? Pumpkinhead,
Yeah,
I would
probably.
think, yeah.
which just has witches and demon and stuff.
Hmm.
This just looks like stuff no one else wanted, so Severn's like, I guess we'll release it. Even Video Center didn't want it. Who wants
So
Psychomania? Where the hell is called?
here you go, guys. Get ready. Get your fucking skirts blown up. You
They're
won't even know
already up.
what you won't even know what hit you after you see this.
They're already up.
You won't be able to sit still. You ready?
I'm Marilyn Monroe.
Look here.
What?
I'm not shitting you when I
What is
tell
that?
you it's a paper puppet theater. There is
Wow.
a fucking paper puppet theater included in this.
That's all you,
What?
Mark.
Yeah, I
What
want the hand of
the
glory thing right there in the
fuck
middle.
is going on?
You're
Yeah, it's a tea infuser. It's a tea infuser, y'all.
I gotta get one of those.
What is Severn doing? They can't get a package to you in under 2 months, but they're putting fucking tea infusers and stuff. $225. I swear to God.
tea infuser.
But like the bag though, like the
Let's see what else. Yeah. And then there's a random tote bag, which is just exactly like a regular tote bag from Severn, but there's some branches coming out of that one's head. Like, that's it.
Mark, you know you want that to carry all that in the convention when everyone you sign
What the fuck?
all of your all the people that made these movies.
so funny. I was gonna say like
Uh,
UB's gonna they carry all that stuff to CK's house. They can do some
Yeah.
in-person
Yeah.
reviews on folk
Merry
horror.
Christmas. What's in
So
the bag?
wait a minute. Does that say a tea towel? It's got a fucking tea towel in it. Corpse
Oh.
Roads
Man.
tea towel and a magazine.
The
That
whole
yeah, no. I'm gonna call it right here today, folks. That's the dumbest bundle of shit I've ever seen in my life. Yeah. 100%. I don't know who would buy that. Even
I
if
mean
you
that
like those movies, I don't understand who that's for.
I don't know if anyone would have heard of any of these movies.
Yeah.
Would you
Nick
heard of
says
them?
Severn's just trolling us at this point.
Josh says volume 1 is great. So
Maybe, but
the
this
next
I
don't
one.
look
mean,
like it.
even if it was though, who needs all that shit? Like, that's seriously the weirdest assortment of stuff I've ever seen put together. That takes the cake. I will give them a lot of credit for blowing my mind because I thought I'd seen everything they could do, but
It definitely blew our skirts.
yeah.
I mean, sometimes a few of their little trinkets, I guess you could call it, are cool. But this, I don't know. Like I like the little music box with the
Yeah,
little
from
line.
the psychic and everything. I mean, that made
Yeah.
sense though. I mean,
Mhm.
yeah.
Listen, I know I'm stupid. I know I'm stupid for asking this, but what is a tea infuser?
Fuck if I know. I'm assuming that it's something you stick down in tea that just like causes it to seep out or something.
Seep out into that thing, I guess, or what? You just pour it?
I don't know. I really don't.
Tea.
I've never infused my tea. Amazingly. Yeah.
I mean,
I know
I had a.
I know it's hard to believe, but I've never infused tea.
I thought they did it all in the us in the South, we all infuse our teas.
Yeah, it's a big thing around here.
Do you infuse your tea, Mark?
I need the hand of glory to do that. So I'm gonna have to get on this.
Hand of Glory sounds like a song that'd be in the Karate Kid or something.
It's a seek with the glory of love. Yeah,
Yeah.
the hand of glory.
Well, Severin, I'll give you credit. That's something else.
That is.
Just you surprised me. I mean, could you focus your attention on like I said, maybe shipping things to people in a reasonable time frame? Yes, but that's not really at the core of Severin's values right now. It's fucking
Really not.
branch-headed women tote bags, tea
Mhm.
infusers, and a paper doll set.
Davy Collins, I know what you mean, but I never thought I'd see somebody say dipping a scrotum in hot water.
Dip it like it's screwing into hot water. Yeah.
Thank you, Zarathustra. How's it going, boys? Well, thank you.
Oh shit!
Windy City Heat.
Yeah, y'all got to keep me
I've
honest.
never
on the
heard
chat.
of it, but I'll check it out when I can, man. Thank you. Windy City Heat.
Windy City
Never heard
Heat.
of it.
Me either. By the way, just out of curiosity, can you imagine trying to get all this shit shipped to you? How long that's going to take? With the way things are going with Severin, like, you really think that their manufacturers are going to have this fucking paper set and stuff?
Just
all this
no.
tricky gritty? No,
They don't.
there's no way.
Just wait for the Black Friday order this year.
Oh man,
That's going to be insane.
All right, let's shift gears and go over and see our buddies at Vinegar Syndrome real quick, and see what their sale is. So this is the Labor Day sale thing I finally found. So when does it start? The sale begins at 12:01 a.m. on Friday, August the 30th, and runs through 11:59 p.m. on Monday, September 2nd. So it's going to start next Friday, and I guess Thursday night more so into Friday. So that's the Labor Day sale part of it. So the other like regular drops will just be at the same time that they always are. What's going to be on sale? Let me fucking shift this up some. A variety of products will be discounted, including releases and merchandise ranging from 10 to 75% off. There'll be special discounted sections.
That's such a wide margin. 10 to
10 to 75%. Yeah. So basically any percentage.
Yeah.
In addition, we'll be launching a new batch of out-of-print titles each day of the sale at 12:01 p.m. So be sure to come back and see what okay. So they're learning here. I feel like Vinegar Syndrome is learning because what they're doing is the same kind of thing they do with those $10 sales. So every day this time, though, they're going to have like a new out-of-print title that they're going to put back up. So that's pretty smart, actually. Like I always like it when they do that kind of thing with the $10 titles. So this is very similar. They needed to do this stuff.
Mark has ordered already. He's bought it already.
Mark's buying it right now. He's like, holy shit. It's a tea infuser in that bitch.
But see, even that's shaky writing because 80% of the stock could be just 10%, and just these three items are 70. Like, they could just word it that way, and hey, we didn't lie.
Let's see. They're implementing a new VSMC exclusive reward for high spenders. I'll bet you are. If you spend $500 or more, you'll automatically receive access to a secret limited VSMC product that you will be able to redeem with a coupon code. Look at this next sentence. This is what I'm talking about, man. Fuck these sites. If you spend $750 or more, you'll automatically receive an even more secret limited Vinegar Syndrome product. What the fuck?
That's just as ridiculous as the number 5 thing.
It might be even more ridiculous.
It says out of print stuff and that's gone out of print in the past. It says we have unearthed in our warehouse. I highly doubt that they have
Nerfed,
a bunch
yeah.
of fucking random boxes that don't have any labels on them that are
No.
just out of print titles.
That I'm gonna be honest with you. That to me, right there, that number 4 is probably shittier than what Severin did. But you have to see. This is what they're doing at this point. This is desperation to me. I really don't fucking care to tell them either. Like it's desperation because they're banking on that there's going to be like a certain amount of these collectors that like want this special product or whatever so bad they'll spend $500 on this fucking sale just to get that. And there are too, because they're going to turn around and try to flip it on fucking eBay because they think it'll be worth a fortune. None of this stuff is worth a fortune anymore. It's just not. Like none of this collectible stuff that you buy from these sites like this are worth a fortune anymore. That's not going to happen. And you're not going to recoup 500 fucking dollars. I'll tell you that. So that's bullshit. That whole thing.
Yeah, companies have been doing this all the time. I mean, like whether it be the Disney vault back in the day, you better buy this now or it goes back in the vault. There ain't no damn vault. It's just you better buy it now or we'll have it out for 5 years. And or what was it? We don't get rid of Twinkies. No one gave a shit about Twinkies, but once they say we're discontinuing, then oh my god, Twinkies is the best ever.
That's true. Yeah.
It's always demand is always about demand, and they know people will buy it. They know by this point how much people are paying for this stuff. How much people. I mean, when you guys do a vendor sale, and nothing against people who do it, but there's like, oh, I spent hundreds of dollars in just one night. Because each one costs like 50, 80 bucks a piece, and you buy 5 of them. They know it, so they can do this stuff.
Yeah.
They'll keep doing it, and it'll get worse. I think it'll get worse. That'll be like, if you spend 1,000, you'll get two secret duper secret titles. You'll be special.
I mean, that's, I guess, like a logical extension of what they've been doing. I've just never seen them be that fucking greedy where they like expect somebody to spend $500. See, before, and I kind of get why they're doing this now, because before they had that one thing with the Invisible Maniac where they had, an invisible product, and a lot of people didn't buy it because they didn't understand what the hell it was, but it shot up in value because of that. They tried to do it again the next year, something like that, with another slipcover, and just everybody caught on by that point. Everybody bought it, and it wasn't worth shit for the Fatal Games thing.
Mm-hmm.
So now they're like, well, we can't do that anymore. What do? Well, we make them spend $500 to get something like that. That way, that'll make it almost immediately valuable, because like there's only going to be maybe 5% of people that are going to spend $500 to $750 like that on anything like that. So yeah, fuck it. Bunch of shit ends.
To be fair, maybe that's all they need is 5-7 people to do that. This will be the last time to do it. Will not be the last time.
No, I just think that's cheap, carny shit that they're doing now. So the September 1st titles will be released at 12:01 p.m. and 7 new Vinegar Syndrome and sub-label releases, as well as 19 partner label titles. All of them will be. There might be one of them worth of shit. Out of those 19, by the way. And then the new whatever the hell that's called. You can order stack. Everything will not ship until God knows when.
Yeah.
Well, they got the disclaimer up there.
Yeah. So a lot of people think because of the way they set this up that the RAD thing means they're going to bring back. RAD is probably going to be one of the out of print titles that they're going to put up. And I probably would say that'll be the last day they'll have that up as the out of print title. Be honest with you, I don't give a fuck about RAD anymore. Like it's just something that kind of came and went.
I like the film, but I already got it, so I don't need it. I got it right here, actually. I could rip it for Garrett. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's right here. it looked cool. It's nice. It's a fun film,
Yeah.
but cool.
Let's see. I mean, Vinegar Syndrome used to be fun, but kinda nowadays, yeah. I mean, they kind of are doing that now.
Well, to be fair, you got Invasion USA and the Channel O'Brien and stuff.
Yeah, every
recently.
now and then, like they have something in there, but here lately, it's been pretty rough.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, he's right though. I mean, like maybe 75% of the library is not quality stuff or
Yeah.
shit you even want to watch or buy for that matter.
Yep. So I don't know. That kind of pisses me off. I'm kind of
We'll go on rant. Weird.
no. I mean,
I know.
it's just like I
They
was
must
saying.
they
That's
must have a hell of a team though. I mean, to like if you think about all the titles that they put out on a constant and all the shit that they find and then they
that's true.
restore it because like all that stuff's probably not kept in the best conditions. And then all the packaging and all that, they have a hell of a team doing that stuff because they put so much stuff out. They're probably the biggest company, I'd say, when it comes to putting out stuff as
You're right.
frequently
Like,
as they do.
yeah, they have the most consistency of by far of any company of like really because Severin's all over the place. Like Severin releases good stuff. Well, I mean, in theory, they release good titles. Their stuff, the way they release it has not been great lately. But like it's so sporadic. It's like out of nowhere, you'll get like
Mm-hmm.
5 titles will drop or something like that. And you don't know when they're gonna do it. But Vinegar Syndrome is like every month, first of the month, you know that you're gonna get like at least 4 or 5 titles, at least, and like
Yeah.
10 partner titles or something crazy like that. So I mean, they do have that going for them. I'll give them credit on that. But like, yeah, I mean, it's the first thing that Ragnar said that I actually agree with, I think, in the entire time he's been here. But like they kind of killed their own collectability. Like they've destroyed the thing that they created, which is this limited market by just doing all this shit
Yeah,
like this all the time.
they oversaturate the market with all this stuff, and a lot of it is not cheap. Most of it isn't actually. And I mean, it's not great stuff. Like, who wants? I know there are hardcore Vinegar Syndrome people out there that buy everything they put
Oh
out,
yeah, there's
but
a whole group devoted to those people on Facebook.
yeah, but those people are the minority, so it's like I mean, hell, look at Last Gasp. How long has that movie been up there? They can't give it away. There's so many titles like that on the site. I mean, you could scroll page after page and there's just tons and tons of stuff that they don't sell. I mean, that's why they've been having these sales. Correct me if I'm wrong, but did they have those kind of sales in the beginning? Like those
No,
$10 things?
no,
And
that just started like a couple years back.
yeah, because they got too much stuff. Nobody's buying
Yep.
all that shit.
I mean, I remember when that started, that was actually a really cool year because they had some decent stuff in those $10 titles, right?
Yeah.
And then this past year when they did it, this last time, it was like, it is just the biggest bunch of bullshit like you've ever seen. And they keep putting the same titles over and over and over in these sales. They'll be in every sale that they do that, same 5 or 6 titles they cannot get rid of. And I'm sure that they'll probably be in this sale as well coming up. But nobody wants that shit. Nobody gives a fuck. Like they just don't. Last Gasp is a good one to point that out. Master of the World is another one that's like, man, stop. We're not buying it.
Yeah, I mean, in all seriousness, with companies like this, what happened was they smelled the blood in the water. What I mean by that is they found a good money making scheme that has lasted them at least quite a while.
Yeah.
And anytime money is involved and the opportunity to make more money, like like the 500, 750, that enticement, supply and demand for those hardcore collectors that will be in there. Well, I'll buy one more thing. I'll buy one more thing and put this in my collection because it's not complete if I don't have this secret tile, and I'll be the first one. Because that's just
Mhm.
how, hey, teach their own. That's how their hobby, that's what makes them happy, cool. But a company, anytime they have that smell of blood of money, they will always be enticed of how to make more, despite whatever rational thought you have on it. They will rationalize it. That's every business, every company will always lead to that. When they found a way to make that much money, and they made a lot of money, it doesn't matter how irrational it is, they will be enticed by that next big, I don't big payday, that big money steam. I don't want to say, I mean, I say steam, but you should interpret it or eventually interpret that, if not now, then later. It's like any business. They smell the blood in the water. The money is an addictive thing for any business, and they don't push it as far as they can until if there's a tip back, but there won't be a tip back. Like your Uncle Bill here's probably the only one who has ever said that sounds weird, and we'll probably be one of the only few. Because people be like, "Oh, what's the deal? Just don't buy it anyway. You a hater, go fuck yourself," all that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, if that becomes unchecked, then they, what would be their reason to stop? If people think it's fine, there'd be
Well,
no reason to stop.
clearly they're not.
Mhm.
Clearly they're just expanding it. Like they're just making it. And one of the things I hate about the way that companies do this, and you see this at conventions and stuff, is that it's exploitation. Really, they're banking on, like you said, like the OCD of some of these collectors. That's like a
Yeah.
mental illness to complete this thing. So they're saying you've got to spend $500 to get this one, and they know there's a group of people that almost feel like they have to do that, either for content or just because like they just in their OCD, they've got to have everything that they put out,
Mm-hmm.
and it's fucked up. I just think the whole thing is just fucked up.
I mean, yeah, it's a fine I know it's a business, they have to make money, I get it, but it is a fine line between business and then exploiting the people who actually put money into physical media, and they're probably steering the ship, Vinegar Syndrome, on doing stuff like that. But another way to look at it is like people don't have to buy that shit either. Like, just don't buy it. Like, if that
They
people stop
can't. They can't
buying
do
it,
that though. I wish they could, but these people can't do it.
but if they
Like
did, like, they wouldn't keep doing it because nobody would buy it. So it wouldn't be a profitable thing for them to do. They'd be literally wasting money on doing it.
here's one of the big problems too. And I don't want to get up on a soapbox about this, but you know as well as I do that this is true. Like there is a whole sub genre of YouTube content creators that just buy this shit to make videos. They have to have
Hmm.
their content just consists of buying this stuff and showing this stuff, and like that's the gimmick. So uh, you know, for something like that, to have that as like a holy grail type of thing, like, oh wow, I got this thing that's like you have to spend $500 to have it. I'm going to unbox it on here, and like
That's
100%,
crazy.
100% know there's going to be at least a half dozen people that do that.
That's crazy. People, to me, people buying shit that they don't like. Like, I buy crazy shit all the time, but everything that I buy, I like it. I don't just buy it just because, like, oh, it's really rare. But I'll never understand that. I've
Yep.
seen videos where people, they'll show their collections and stuff, and about 90% of that shit is not even opened. And it's like, well, you start to think, you scratch your head and you're like, well, what's this for again? Like, I thought you bought movies because you watch them, not just to buy
Not
them.
anymore. I mean, they're really just about, a lot of them are just about like keeping a channel up to have
Well,
content,
yeah,
you know.
that's part of it. Yeah, definitely.
So,
Uh,
Mark, do you mean to tell me you sincerely like Cool's Ice?
Look, me and
I'll
Don May Jr. both like the movie. We'll Die on That Hill. I do like the movie. Yes, I'll admit that it's not a great movie. I can admit when something's like bad or whatever. But
I'm just having fun.
I know, but I do sincerely like the movie.
somebody asked about Fun City, which I actually think that's a really cool label. Like if you look up like some of the stuff that they have, it's kind of like it does remind me of like a better version of Vinegar Syndrome. Like they're finding little known kind of things, but they're actually like good. Like they're actually like quality kind of movies and remaster them stuff. So yeah.
I never heard of them before.
I heard of him through Matt, I'm pretty sure. Like that was the first guy I think I heard reference him because he bought a couple things from them. I think one of them might have been in their movie called Handgun. It's like an exploitation
Yes.
film.
Yes, it is. Which I still need to buy that. Since you're in the chat, Matt, is that still available from that label? I'd like to buy it. It looked really good.
They just started this company.
I don't know. I don't know when they started. It seems like they did, but I don't know a date for certain. A couple people are asking this question. What is the beef with Cool Digger? We eventually will do like a whole video breakdown of that situation, what happened with that. It's a pretty good story. Good story and a good walk.
Patron exclusive.
Maybe. Who knows? But that story, that's about an hour long video just telling the story of what happened.
I think a lot of people haven't had anything severed. That was one of the issues.
So let's do this real quick in the chat. If you ordered anything from Severed, how many people have got a shipping notification versus how many people have not? I actually got all my shit in amazingly from them.
Is CK still waiting?
Yeah, he doesn't even have a shipping notification. He's fucking madder than a wet hen, boys. No, man, I haven't seen Handgun yet. I want to get it, but I just have not pulled the trigger on that one yet.
So, did he order the same time as you?
Yeah, same day. I don't know what that's the thing. I don't know what their criteria is for who they ship this shit to. We live in the same city. Like, we ordered stuff on the same day.
Yeah.
They just drawn it out of a fucking bingo. Like,
did he order more than you? Did he order? I mean, if he bought like 10 movies or something, then...
I don't think so. I think I probably ordered more than him.
Oh, okay.
Because I got all that Matei stuff. I got like 5 Bruno Matei films. So
it was that book. It was that book you ordered.
He said, okay, so Vanderhoff says he hasn't received a shipping notice. Bubba Fett has not. Big Ideas 3 has not. Scratch hasn't. Bog got his stuff, but he mostly bought old stuff. No, Keith Stofferson, which is a great name, says he spent $250 and no notification yet. Satan's Child says he's had his stuff for weeks now. It's so weird, man. Like I said, what is their criteria? I'd love to know, like, how they ship this shit.
Oh, maybe somebody, Davey says he didn't order opera, so maybe that was the holdup. If he did order opera, that could be it.
Maybe you're right.
But Uncle Bill ordered opera and he got it, and CK still doesn't.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Did CK order opera?
I want to say he probably did. I'm not sure.
I did. I'll watch that. I'm going to tell you right now. Maybe I'm one of the people that has the 4K player that's got an issue with, but that transfer is not good.
Really?
Not to me, no. I mean, I've seen a hell of a lot better transfers from Severn. Even that fucking Cemetery Man transfer blows that opera transfer out of the water. If that's if I've got a good disc, like one of the ones that it actually works on, then that's just not a good transfer. If I've got one of the fucked up discs, I guess that makes sense. But
so, did you try the 4K or the Blu-ray?
The 4K, yeah. That's all I've watched so far. Is
like so what's the issue? Is it too dark? Is it soft? Is it?
It's way too washed out and grainy.
Washed out. Okay.
Now that could be due to whatever they remastered it. like the elements that they remastered it out of. I don't know.
Mhm.
That's kind of what happened with Martin.
Hmm.
It kind of looks similar to Martin, not as bad, but like very much the same kind of issues that disc had too. I have a Sony. I don't fucking know. I mean, I don't keep up with the numbers and stuff on it. It's a Sony 4K player though.
Right.
I suppose I could look at it, but I really don't want to.
It's good enough they would play if it was right, if it was working right. So they messed it up.
But I hope that's the issue, and maybe when I get the replacement disc, it'll look better. The sound is amazing.
Did it look the
I'm-
same on the Blu-ray?
Yeah, the
What's-
Scorpion releases it the same.
So the Blu-ray, I guess it would look better. I guess.
Okay, so Bubba Fett says it's messed up. Color space won't work on any player. Don't know why they worded it that way.
Hmm.
Interesting. Well, that makes sense then.
No, I take that back. Sorry, that wasn't Scorpion. Who put out that opera Blu-ray?
That was Scorpion.
Was
wasn't
it?
I thought so. Yeah, the 3-disc Scorpion version. I wanted that forever, and it was like $100.
Yeah, that's who it was. Okay.
Yeah.
So is that Blu-ray just that version of it, or was it the version that they did for the 4K? It comes with the Blu-ray version, right?
Yeah, it does come with the. I haven't watched the Blu-ray or anything, but the 4K is definitely not great.
Mm.
I can tell you that.
So did anyone in the chat see the Blu-ray version of it, and is it the same thing, or was it just look like it was, the Blu-ray is fine? Okay.
Yeah, could be an HDR issue or something. Who knows?
It's a fucked up issue. They fucked up.
Well, yeah,
It's just fucking fucked up.
Why
So-
do you think? Oh, sorry. I was saying these are people they know this is a release people looking forward. Would
Yeah.
you say this is probably their biggest title in a while? Opera.
Yeah, 100%. Like,
So
this is the
how do
biggest
you?
thing they've had out in a long time.
So how do you not double check to see that when like this is a title people will go and buy the most? You think that would have the most attention on
I'll tell you this.
a quarterback?
I'll put it to you this way, Matt. Speaking to a highly reputable source of someone that knows a lot about, rendering and things like that, the simplest answer is that Severin does not have good quality control. They just don't. And they're rushing to put out these discs, which seems kind of funny because like it doesn't seem like they're rushing to fucking do much of anything. But in actuality, what I mean by that is that they're putting these things out before they've really checked to make sure that what they're putting out is a high quality product. And because of that, they keep fucking up over and over and over. And
that's
there's a lot of companies doing that right now, though, man. I kind of feel like Arrow's starting to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not great right now.
That's the insanity because all it does is cost them more money with all the replacements and shit. And it's like, what's insanity? You keep doing the same thing over and over and expect a different result. And it's like, no one has common sense apparently nowadays.
So I want to check that out, though. I want to watch the Blu-ray tonight and just see, like, watch some of it anyway to see what the difference is.
Jesus.
What's up, bro?
Bruh.
But does anybody else have anything? I mean, I don't have any. I never had any topics to begin with, but I definitely don't have anything now. I just have a bunch of shit that I bought that I'm pretty sure we're going to do a whole show about anyway. So
No, we already talked about Blair Witch. We talked about the only new movies, The Crow, and then we talked a little bit about Beetlejuice, which looks like the monsters, the color scheme. Alan Romulus still sucks ass. No, I can't think of it. How about you, Mark?
No, I mean we could talk about the I Know What You Did Last Summer sequel that is they've been in contact with Brandy, if you want to talk about that.
Oh shit, I saw that. I actually did see something about like Brandy getting back into like horror films, and I was like, what are they talking about? That makes sense.
Yeah, I know she's the lead of one movie that's coming out pretty soon, and we got to have the I Know What You Did Last Summer franchise back on track. I mean,
No, we really don't need that at all.
they saw Scream raking in all the money. They're like, hey, let's reboot this too.
Jesus Christ. Can you
Or
imagine if that became like a new franchise now? Like,
It's possible it will be.
man, that'll be.
It's very possible.
and then you guys mentioned before the Anaconda with Paul Rudd and Jack Black. Anaconda reboot.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Rambo, you mentioned something about this not too long ago, I'm pretty sure. But it's probably worth repeating again.
Yeah, he pretty much said, yeah, your basement if you care about that. I'm like, yeah, Pandora's ass, fucking asshole. Man group Smurf shit. He just him being a dumbass. I've said a lot about Jimmy Cammy. I think Linda Hamilton took his balls in the divorce. He hasn't made a movie worth the shit since True Lies. That's just my opinion. And yeah, he just mad that when people get mad about the 4K, because the Terminator's coming out in 4K. And I don't know what's going on with that, but some people didn't like it, his releases. They have their opinion, and he's butthurt about it. So, I don't know. Go suck.
Apparently, it's one of the best transfers out of all the ones that he's done so far. So, only time will tell once it comes out. I'm sure I'll probably check it out whenever it drops. Sure. I mean, that movie needs not to mention just that one, but T2 especially. They got to redo that and get that cleaned up. I mean, that Blu-ray that came out years and years ago was always really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it.
It's a weird one that has never had a really good release in it, T2.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like to be one of the biggest money making and greatest action films of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't and really the original Terminator doesn't either. Like to this point.
Yeah.
So let's see.
Thank you.
Zarathusta says, what's a movie you'd want to see get remade?
That's tough. Especially nowadays when the talent of filmmaking is not at its highest peak.
That's true. Here's what I want to see happen. I want them to remake films that can absolutely not be remade. I want them to do a remake of Salo and then follow that up with a remake of like Crazy Fat Ethel. Like, just see if you can remake shit that like.
Okay, I'll see it. Crazy Fat Ethel if they cast Maddie Gyllenhaal just to make Uncle Bill lose his mind. He's the new Crazy Fat Ethel.
You mean Maggie Gyllenhaal is Crazy Fat Ethel?
Yes.
Or Maggie be killed. She have to like wear prosthetics and stuff. Yeah. I'd probably still hate it.
That's hard to pick because I would want to see a bad film remade or a film I thought had potential. Mm-hmm. I'll go with Neon Maniacs as of right now. But remakes don't entice me like they did back in the day. Like I guess on a tangent, like I watched again from my free time one that I liked called Down, aka The Shaft, which is a killer elevator movie. But
sorry, that's not where I thought that was going.
I actually liked it because it's a dumb idea, but let's go gonzo. Let's have a suck a guy up and just throw him out the window. Let's cut people in half. Let's have nudity in the first 5 minutes. Let's have Aerosmith play at the end. Love in an Elevator. I'm like, okay, that's
That's pretty
you got
good.
Naomi Watts, so because I hated the original, The Lift. I'm like, okay, that's a fun remake because it's like it just went with the goofy B movie take on it. I'm like, okay, maybe go in that direction for a movie.
Did you see this? Walker Bolton says he's sure Alien Romulus is going to be really good. Are you?
Hey,
Okay.
Walker, nice
Yeah.
guy, but feel free to watch our review. We told, or our stream as well. We talked about how good it was.
You're sending him into like some dark
That's more
dark
fun.
waters. Let's see.
Out of
Does
Order. I've never heard of it.
I think he meant to say does Terrorvision really have the rights to Rocktober? That's a good question, honestly. I don't know. I would assume that they do, but nothing about it coming out or anything.
Yeah, I don't know.
The Wolt John Woo remake of The Killer. Yeah,
Oh yeah, I forgot that it was even happening. Forgot
that
all about that.
yeah, people were saying it's really boring. Like, hey, you want to watch a film that's like 90 minutes with no action or something like that? I love that shit. I have a happy face on it. Sure, Phantasma. I've never heard of Out of Order. I didn't know there's more Killer Elevator films. So, hey,
I
there's
think
shark movies.
That's a great name for a killer elevator movie. Out of Order.
Vinegar Syndrome put that out, didn't they?
Really?
I didn't know.
I'm gonna check. I think they did. I think
I'm
I
the-
have the 4K of it.
Oh, okay.
I can't believe that really exists.
Out of Order. Okay. Yeah, they picked the right.
I'll tell you
Oh.
something. Somebody was mentioning Terrorvision on here, though. I find this hard to believe, but apparently it's true. Like that Frogman special edition sold out
Yeah.
apparently completely, but it was limited to 1,000. So I mean, yeah.
Yeah, Out of Order from Vinegar Syndrome 4K. Still available.
Really?
143 copies, yeah.
Hold on.
Okay, it takes place in elevators, not about killing them. Oh, okay. Is it better than Devil?
What is better than that, though?
Well, it is M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong. Shyamalan.
I'm glad his daughter's coming on board, though, so we can see her for the next 20 years.
Well, both of them, like one daughter directed a movie, I think, called The Watchers. And apparently that was really bad.
That's
Yeah,
good
that
with
wasn't too
Corey
good.
Haim.
Oh, you saw it? Okay.
No, yeah.
And then the other daughter thinks she's a senior actor, but sadly she fails in both. Because she can't act, and she definitely can't sing in that movie Trap. Dumb as fuck movie. But that's M. Night. He usually makes dumb as hell movies. Like an old.
Let's see. I was looking up Terrorvision side, but they don't really have anything on there except for that Frogman edition that already sold out.
That's cool. I actually liked that movie. I thought that was pretty good, at least to me.
Oh, another one too that somebody, I think Dirk brought it up. That I ordered this and I'd forgot. It'd been so long since I heard anything about it, I forgot I even ordered it. But that the House of Clocks set from Cauldron.
Oh
Like,
yeah. They did put that
man,
out.
did that ever come out?
I
Like,
would assume it did already, yeah. You didn't get it?
I never got it, so I don't know what the. Hold on, let me look this shit up. Please, somebody tell me there's something wrong with that set that pushed it back and it's not already out. And they just didn't send it to me.
Wow.
Because
Yeah,
that was forever ago.
I probably ordered like at least one thing from them, but I got it right away. So
Houses of Doom box.
estimated to ship August 2024.
Here we go again.
Estimated.
So,
like Error 444.
hell yeah. Be sometime in December we'll get that.
Mhm.
If we ever do.
Yeah, I like House of Clocks. That's a Fulci one nobody really talks about, but I always thought it was solid. It's pretty bloody for like a TV movie. So I think it was a
Yeah, it is.
Italian TV movie. Yeah.
Remember
you
it being
seen
okay. Yeah, I remember being okay for a TV movie. Like you said, I guess the restrictions were a lot less than over there.
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
So that's why I was surprised.
They're very delayed on a couple of releases. Yeah. See, this is going to be a video, man. I'm telling you. It
Makes
just
sense, though.
you spend like a fortune buying some of these box sets and stuff, and then they just come out whenever the hell they want to put them out. Like whatever's going on, doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, someone said they spent, what, $225? Or people have spent a lot more than that, I bet.
$50 on that sale, yeah, and they haven't got a shipping notification.
That's crazy.
Well, what was the most you spent, but then they delayed the order that much?
Jesus.
If you want to share this.
You mean ever or recently?
Recently. Like whether it be Severin or whatever.
I tell you, I spent a lot of money in that Air 44 sale.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go through all the fours that are in that. Well, they need to come up with a catchy nickname for that because that's just too much to be like Air 44444.
Error times 4 is better.
Yeah, Air 4X.
Is that the error? They don't send you shit?
That's
Yeah.
the,
They didn't
that's
get the orders.
the
That's the
shipping
error.
error. Yeah.
I guess they said it's like 2 people, I guess.
Yeah, I was talking to a guy that said that that's just 2 people that do it as a hobby. That's not even like their full-time gig or anything. You can tell.
They got to put a disclaimer or something in like the fucking fine print that says that. Then, like, I mean, come on, it's been way too long for that. That should have shipped a long time ago.
I mean, you're right, but at the same time, like nobody else is releasing anything close to that. So I at least got to give them credit for the fact that that's the thing that they're doing. And at least have to say that if it is just 2 people, I kind of understand that more than like a huge company like Vinegar Syndrome fucking up or Arrow or something like that, you know?
I will say, I'm not saying these guys are doing it, but you guys, people out there have to be careful of I'm not saying they did it, but there are people that will screw you over for that. There was this one guy, it was business called Hong Kong Rescue that was releasing like Blu-rays of like The Killer and Hard Boil, like these beautiful special editions. I have one of them. And then he just stopped sending it, and people asked, and then he just took the money and ran, and like hundreds of people did get their stuff.
That's I don't know. It's kind of I kind of admire that. Like that could happen in this situation. It really could.
And he just disappeared, and he did like really good work. And then he said, "You never know." I'm not saying they will. I'm just there's going to be some people that are going to. Well, there you go, Davey. You're one of them. Yeah, I made it just like that because I got it, and like a month later it hit the fan. So I was like right at the tip. But yeah, sorry, Davey, that happened yet. That's right. There's going to be people, and do you think there will be a thing where there may be other people that say they're legitimate that will screw over people because they know how gun ho they are to collect stuff?
Yeah, I definitely can see
advantage.
that happening. Like,
I'm surprised it hasn't happened more.
yeah, it happened in the convention world back in the day. I mean, it's happened in all kinds of different settings where people just hyped a big event up, took everybody's money, and just fucking ran. Like, I think it was called Camp. It was some sort of Camp Blood thing with a Friday the 13th reunion at a campsite in New Jersey. You know, the one it was supposed to take place. This has been 15 years ago or something now. I forget who the guy was, but he just like took everybody's money and just disappeared. And
so he said he would give you a tour.
No, it was supposed to be like all like he had said he booked all these people from Friday the 13th,
Okay.
and they were all going to be at the camp that Friday the 13th
Yeah.
took place at, or around it, or some bullshit like that. And come to find out, he didn't have any of these people booked, and he pre-sold the tickets. A bunch of people bought the tickets, and so these
People went to the
VIP.
camp.
No, I don't think it got that far. I think pretty
Oh,
quickly
okay.
they found out, like, because people were like, "Why?" Some of the celebrities were like, "Well, he didn't book me," and then like it kind of got
Okay.
out that it was and he'd already got as much money as he could by then.
I guess he disappeared.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about that guy. I know he was implicated in some other fraud stuff too, but I don't know what happened with him. Somebody might know in here.
He's got all the
I'm
money.
not.
He's
I'm not
living
going to
like
mention his name because
Right.
I'm not about that life right now.
he's living in like Bolivia somewhere or some shit. Just spending all the
Probably.
money. That is so fucked up.
Oh, thank you, Zarathustra. Yeah, that's another thing. I don't know if we ever talked about that remake. Is pretty much in the water. Like, you guys think we'll ever see the Toxic Avenger remake?
It
That's a good question.
it had a
Disappear.
premiere, I think last year around this time. I think it was Fantastic Fest or something.
Yeah.
It did play at like at least one festival, so I don't know if it's ever going to come out here theatrically.
I mean, how
It'll definitely get dumped onto like DVD or Blu-ray.
Yeah. How bad does it have to be that even trauma does
That's
get it out?
I yeah, I can't imagine what that movie's like. It's just the trailer alone was like one of the dumbest things I've ever seen.
Mhm.
I mean, I would assume it's trauma, right?
I don't know who put that out or who was trying to put it out. I mean, it's Troma's property, but I don't know.
Yeah, it was probably Trauma, more than likely. It had to be. I mean, they own it, so
Culture shock. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, at least you got the refund. That's good. Sally,
You may-
something doesn't happen. Apparently, it was bad, but that's the last I heard of it.
Yeah.
yeah, I haven't really heard too much of anything about it.
But like Mark said, it could be like Sam's Lot. That would disappeared for a while, and then it just got dumped. It's
Mhm.
going to be HBO Max. Could be just dumped streaming somewhere eventually.
This question just came out of nowhere. I always like when shit like this comes in. What are your thoughts about Robert Kennedy endorsing Trump? I don't
No
know.
comment.
I don't know.
The geopolitical landscape right now is not my forte.
Gonna-
if I'm being
I'm
honest.
gonna check on the Toxic Avenger because, like, man, it's been a long time. That should have come out by now. Okay. Yeah, that's what I remember. Fantastic Fest, September 21st, 2023. Played at Beyond Fest as well as a film festival in October 2023. So it's been on the festival circuit. 92% on Rotten Tomatoes. Reviews are positive.
Of course it is.
Right, exactly. It's Rotten Tomatoes.
And Romulus.
Generally favorable reviews from what it says here. So who
It's
knows?
so good, no one wants it. Okay.
Right. Unless they're still like, they still have it on the festival circuit. But I mean, hell, it's about to be September now. For a year, usually it's like maybe 6 to 8 months. I don't know about a year. That's a long festival run.
That's where Terrifier 3 is premiering, apparently.
Yeah, a lot of stuff usually does go to Fantastic Fest or Toronto International Film Festival. Both of those.
Mark, I know you're a huge, no pun intended, Mark for the Terrifier movies. Like, what do you think Terrifier 3? I mean, it's 2 hours. I'm pretty sure I heard that. Like, not as long as the second one, but still pretty damn long for a slasher film. Thoughts? Like, what do you think it will? From what you've seen or heard so far, are you looking like it will be bigger than the last one, or what do you think?
I mean, I like the cast quite a bit, um, which we might have talked about that. It'll be worth it to get to see Chris Jericho get killed.
That's
So I think
true.
he did say he's going to die in it. So there's that. But Daniel Roebuck, um, I think Savini does have a part in it, a small part.
Is
Jason
he,
Patrick, Clint
he's eating
Howard,
cheese, like somebody's trying to talk to him.
John Abrahams from Scary Movie, which people probably most know him from that. It's got a fun cast. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I like Christmas slasher movies. What was the last one I saw that was fun? Which I know is divisive. Christmas, Bloody Christmas. Was it Joe
Robot one?
Bagos?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
really
yeah,
like that one. If I'm being honest, yeah,
I haven't seen that one.
yeah. I mean, the dialogue is definitely in the first 20 to 30 minutes. It's really rough.
yeah,
It smoothens
Mm.
out a little bit more. They have conversations about horror films and stuff like that. Um, it's fine, but yeah, Terrifier 3. I think it'll be exactly what it needs to be. They're gonna, you know, up the gore and body count more than likely. I'll be interested to see what it does box office wise now that people sort of know it
same, yeah.
a lot more than
I think it's
before.
a real kind of like test to see if it's like a franchise, that's on par with the rest of those, like by what
Hmm.
this one does. Because now you're right, it's widely known
Hmm.
because of what happened with the second one. So it could be a huge kind of hit.
Yeah,
I
and I
mean,
think people genuinely, even just average people that go to see horror movies or any kind of movie, even they want to see that stuff. I mean, I don't think that was all horror fans going to see stuff like Saw. People want to see the gory bits. They want to see people get the fucking shit killed out of them. So like that's the selling point for it.
yep,
I think it'll work just fine. I think the budget's like 2 million, so it's still relatively low. Obviously, much more than the first two. But I think I talked about this off stream with you guys. Like, I think it's a bad idea to open it against Joker too. That's not
yeah,
a good idea. They should have just kept the original late October release date, but
Hmm.
instead they're doing this bullshit. So we'll see what happens. I'm intrigued.
same. Last question, because we're about 2 hours and 40 minutes in. What's your favorite Marlon Brando movie other than The Godfather?
Hmm.
Fuck.
Highlander, Dr. Moreau.
Shit.
I guess. Well, I mean, do you mean like stuff he's in or starring in? I maybe Superman. Um,
Yeah, that's a good one. Like I didn't think of that.
it
I'd go with
depends.
Superman.
Yeah.
What was the one he was in with Matthew Broderick?
Oh, the
The Freshman?
the freshman.
Always
Mm.
like that movie.
Mhm.
But anyway, yep. I guess that's it for tonight. We're hovering around 3 hours, but good lord, we covered a lot of topics, everything coming and going, so to speak. I think next Friday or whatever next Friday is that we do one of these, he had like a theme, I believe, which is going to be like creature features
Mm.
as a part of something to talk about as well.
Nice.
So
Nice.
that'll be cool. We're going to be talking about a lot of films that we don't normally talk about, and probably bring up some of these ones that I got from Kino too, which are pretty cool creature features. So that'll be the next one, and then let's see for us, what do we got coming up? Sunday is the summer slashback with Axe and A Day of Judgment. I know that's coming up. We just did the 2004 show. That's already in the bag. So if you want to watch that one, that's out there. That's a pretty fun show. Like to go through some of the horrible shit that was coming out in 2004. And a couple of good ones. What else we got coming up?
What about your rant on the
Yeah, I don't know. I'm definitely going to be doing that soon, but I don't know exactly when. Oh, so me and Garrett are going to be doing the Bravo 100 Scariest Moments. And that's going to be broken up into a bunch of different segments as well. So leading up to the Halloween season. So Mark,
And
what the fuck are you doing?
Before I get to me, you guys are going to
Yeah.
do that in like parts, right? Obviously,
Yeah.
you do. Okay.
I think he had the idea to do like 4 or 5 different parts, I'm thinking.
And at some point, you guys will do the even scarier 30 movies or something.
Of course. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, I still have those somewhere, maybe on a disc or something somewhere. That was a really fun one. Out of all the ones that I've ever seen, that's probably my favorite. I think because it just had so many notable actors and actors you actually like in it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that'll be a really fun one. You guys should like post a link because I'm sure it's like on YouTube or Daily Motion or something.
It's got to be. Yeah. I mean, we'll find it somewhere on there.
Yeah. As far as channel wise, I was thinking about doing something with just sets for September. Just try to do a bunch of set. Well, again, that's the theme, set September.
Yeah.
So something like that for all of September, I'll probably be doing. Probably start with like smaller sets, or I guess sets that like that are franchise. Like I had showed you guys the Final Destination one. I'll probably do a video on that.
That one's awesome.
Yeah. So franchise sets, then smaller sets, then bigger sets, and stuff like that.
event commentary?
All limited edition.
Okay.
6 for sets.
You need to steal that.
So that's a good idea, though. Sets. I want to make sure I say it. Sets for September. Yeah. Rambo, what do you got? Who's torturing you now with shit? Like,
yeah, just a lot more request things to people out there. So it'll be random stuff, Twisters, the new one that's coming up. That review, I did see that. More of the serious Fresh Prince of Bel-Air show, where Carlton is a drug user and snitch cocaine. And
I do not remember that.
that's the new one. That's the improved one, I guess.
God.
Oh, okay. Okay. I thought you meant
New
like
one.
the
No,
older
no,
one.
the
Okay.
new Bel-Air.
That's what I thought you meant too. I was like, I don't remember that episode, but like, it's
no. Yeah, random stuff, reactions. A Quiet Place Day One, reviewed that. Did see that, which is the prequel. Some of my thoughts on the trailer for the new Matt Walsh documentary. Am I a racist?
what?
It's this. He did one called "What Is a Woman," so now he did another one called "Am I Racist?" Matt Walsh.
All right.
Pretty much about all the stuff going on today and people being too offended and stuff. Yeah, more stuff of that nature. So that'll be fun.
I have to say, Matt, your review section is the most insane review section. Like, it's the most schizophrenic review section I've ever seen in my life, which makes it great somehow. Like, you'll go from reviewing a fucking Care Bears episode to something like "Am I Racist?" and everything in between. Yeah.
It definitely makes it interesting, so I can't complain.
Yeah, it's great.
And yeah, it's funny. Yeah, because it's like, hey, review. Again, what was it? I am a racist. Now here's a kid in T. Arthur's court.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
but anyway, check out Marq over at Stuntman Marq. Check out Rambo over at Rambo Rap for Life. And I'm Uncle Bill. Check us out over at deadpit.com. We'll see you guys next Friday, I guess. Peace out.
I'd like to tell people thumbs up the video, Uncle Bill.
Would you?
Yes. Thumbs it up with violence and fury and just love everything about it, right, Uncle Bill?
Yeah. You hit the heart button, then you hit the ass button, then you hit the go fuck yourself button. Follow that up with the I don't give a shit button.
There's all kinds of wonderful shirts over at shop.deadpit.com. Simply the best horror shirts. On TeePublic, there are others, but they all suck. You can get some Dead Pit radio shirts. You can get Last South on the Left. The Hills Have Eyes. Texas Chainsaw. Oh, wait, you can't say Texas Chainsaw. All kinds of shirts, folks. You're gonna love them. Shop.deadpit.com.
Special thanks goes out to our supporters on Patreon. Do you know what kind of stuff you can get on Patreon, Uncle Bill, starting at only $1 a month?
What's that?
Access to every Dead Pit show since 2005. We got almost 200 fan commentaries that we've done over the decades.
We have a literal jukebox full of songs and thousands of reviews. I don't even know how many shows are up on there now that we've done over the years.
Hundreds of thousands.
You need to figure this out now and subscribe to us on Patreon and YouTube and Instagram and help us to 1 million. The road to 1 million subscribers starts today.
So deadpitonpatreon.com. Join today. Tiers start at only $1, but I'd recommend at least the $10 tier.
You can do 50. The stock market's crashing around us, folks, but send us money.